Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi. Take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the weird ass jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top off. Take off the fabricated streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro, pay 5 days stay, take up for the meal, hella follow. Take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the hot pad. Take off the unload, take off the unsure, take off the solutions I had. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic, then if I'm rich, I'm real. Take off the short deal, take off the doje, take off the broken bags. Take all the news on the bullshit off, and what do you have?
You ugly as fuck. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping on what? You out.
What's up, boys? What's good? What's going on? Jobla birthday? Oh man, happy birthday, man. What are you, 12 now? Congrats, my guy. So, how y'all doing? 13? Oh yeah, I've read that. So, let's start with the most important stuff. I am healthy, boy. I'm healthier. So I got my test results back. So it was really quick, by the way. It was like a couple of days, and I got my results. So I posted this on my Telegram channel. Let's take a look. So, oh, actually not dying. Actually, diet actually helped. It's actually crazy. So, remember my ALT levels? Look, it says man's supposed to have 40. Oh, the man is supposed to have 4 to 45 units per liter liter. And I had 102. It means my liver was it means my liver was damaged, and it was it's an enzyme. ALT and ACT are enzymes. Liter, yeah. These are the enzymes that are in your liver, and when liver is damaged, the enzymes are introduced into the bloodstream. Because liver is like spews them, right? Like spores. Oh my god. Anyway, so my current condition is this. Holy shit, look at that, dude. Like twice. ACT is even lower than that. God damn, bro. Purely just like eating normal food. I didn't even like, well, obviously I did some shots for my liver to kind of like make it go back to normal, but Jesus Christ. It's almost normal. Still a little bit high, but we're getting there. That's a huge change. That's huge. Huge! ACT is like perfect. Apparently, you are what you eat, okay? Apparently, if you eat healthy, apparently you're getting healthier. And that's apparently what's happening. Now, let's go next. So this is my testosterone. It's called general testosterone. So there's two testosterones that you have: free testosterone and general testosterone. And my general testosterone was really low. I'm supposed to have 12.1 to 38.3 per nanomoles per liter. I had 4.7. I was really bad. Boom, dude! Look, what the fuck happened? Is it really because I just started... Well, I started eating those tablets So, well, I'm taking pills for my hair, but it's like hormonal. Mike dies. Oh. Okay, we good now? Did it lag? It was crackling a bit. Fucking hell. Yeah. So look, boom. 22.4, like in the middle of the normal levels. So I'm taking finasteride for my hair, but it's hormonal, so it might influence your testosterone level. Some guys reported that their testosterone dropped, but for people like I've read that if people have like lower testosterone, it might bring them to higher level, or maybe it's the diet too. I don't know. It's hard to say, but boom, look at that, normal now. Great stuff. Next, oh, I didn't post it, but when I see my cholesterol levels, bro, it's fucking crazy actually.
Good morning.
Okay, where is it? I'll find it somewhere here. Give me a sec. I have so many fucking so many of these results. Okay, so my cholesterol was 745, and normal is before like up to 5.2. Mine was 745. Not as bad as, you know, it's not as bad, but still, like, you know, not good, right? Right? Now, it's, look. Damn, dude. Below normal. That's actually really good. Gym also fixes that. Well, losing weight, I guess, but yeah, I don't go to gym. Look at that. Not bad.
I would be guzzling buckets of his cum.
How quickly? Thank you for subbing.
For 7 months.
Thank you for subbing. A comment in Ukrainian says, how quickly did you normalize your stats? So I did a reroll. I just started a new character. And luckily I spawned in the same location. I did the same build. And it's been a month and a half between 2 tests. Not bad. And also, like, I had the diet, but I wasn't, like, completely following the diet, right? So the first things that I stopped eating completely, or, like, stopped consuming, rather, I stopped consuming, still got the same yee ass forehead. I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. So it's quick. Yeah, it seems like it. And I didn't even follow the diet, like, completely, but I did cut off bad stuff. So I was drinking, like, 3 energy drinks a day. It was like a liter of energy drinks. And who fucking knows the fuck is in there, you know? So I stopped that cold, right? Then I stopped eating, like, a bunch of chocolate, because I was eating a lot of sugar. Like, every day I would eat, like, something sugary, either a dessert or just chocolate or some more chocolate, you know? So I cut that off. Yeah, that was the... Does Celsius count as energy drink? Isn't that what Banana sent me and I almost had a fucking heart attack on stream? Twice the caffeine in the normal fucking energy drink? Or was that something else? It's not energy drink. Stops in 1 month becoming. I don't know, man. I stopped drinking them, but I can't say that if that's the only thing that I would have done and my shit got much better, then maybe I would say like, yeah, well, I would say then, yeah, of course, obviously it was the energy drinks. But like I did the shots in my fucking thigh and ass for fucking 2 weeks. It wasn't that great, okay? Then I did the pills, and then I was also drinking like some powder shit for my liver. So my liver got like twice as, like some of it is the diet, but I'm sure it's mostly the medicine that I was injecting into myself, right? So my cholesterol levels dropped, obviously because of the diet, because I lost some weight. The diet, I say it's diet, but it's not really diet. I just eat like a normal human now, right? I eat some veggies. I try to eat some like, you know, try to eat fish sometimes. I try to not like fry, because before this I would just like whatever you can fry, I eat that. And veggies, fruits, what's that? You know, that's kind of 2 Celsius. What the fuck are you talking about? What is Celsius? Isn't Banana, is that the thing that you sent me that I was like, holy shit, this fucking is amazing? But I bet it's not healthy. What is it? Yo, what the fuck? You maybe went overboard with the food after vegan challenge stopped. Yeah, I didn't. Bro, everything I ate was like, had meat in it and was fried. Okay? It wasn't good at all. Wow, this looks amazing. Bro, I'd murder a Russian for this drink right now. I'm not sure if I would murder anyone else, but... Yeah, this is it? You're drinking 2 of these? You're insane. You're gonna die, Joe Blow. You're only 13. What the fuck are you doing? This is not you.
I would be guzzling buckets of his
Wow, stevia?
Corey subscribed for 8 months. Tops
Oh.
and hey, tops and hey, tops and hey.
Hey. Kosher. Non-GMO. Man, all these fucking labels are so worthless. What's the Oasis vibe? Oh my god. I pretend that's that, you know? Okay. I really, they really wanted me. Man, whoever made this commercial, like, bro, really makes you want to drink liquid, dude. Guys, hydrate yourself right now. It says 0 sugar. Oh. Yeah, it fits. Okay, they're not paying me for this, the fuck? Stop this now. What is this? Can I show this on stream? I got draft paper in the mail. You're gonna play in the NBA? You're the next Bakhmut assault. The next Bakhmut assault. Yeah, I've heard this season Russians didn't do well in, you know? A lot of them were sent to the bench. Anyway, so about the science? No, Celsius University? Like Hustlers University? Okay, I wanna... Bro, show me the back of the can. What the fuck is this? Is this up your... Oh, it's... Where can I maybe buy online? They should have it somewhere here, right? Okay, this is what No, I just had the apple, right? Or lemon lime, I remember I had it. Banana sent me it. All right. Ginger root. Dude, look how healthy it is. Ginger root, green tea extract, guarana seed extract. Oh my god, so good. Oh, biotin. By the way, I'm taking this. It's for your hair. It's good for your hair. Okay, what do they have in there? Zesty limes. Ooh, zesty. Bro, are they honestly like don't have to show the... Oh, there we go. Okay. Calories, 10 calories. Okay, that's good. Total fat 0, sodium 0. Bro, if it's 0, why the fuck are you even fucking putting that on the label? If there's none of that stuff in there, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Don't even fucking put it. 0. Okay. Pantothenic acid, 200% of your daily intake. Biotin, 1000%. Well, that's good. Take it in. Okay. This is worthless. Where's caffeine? Am I blind?
1000%.
1000%? Oh, carbonated filtered water, citric acid, taurine, guarana seed extract, green tea extract, caffeine. Caffeine content, 200 milligrams. That's like a lot, no? Oh, they told me not to drink coffee too, by the way, as part of my diet. Like, I can only drink a little bit of tea. Yeah, I found it now. The daily recommended limit is 400 milligram. Bro, check your liver. I don't know how expensive it is, but do a blood test for like your liver shit before you start pissing rocks from your dick. 400 milligrams is the max. Well, it's like you cannot actually really die from it, right? If you eat, yeah, if you drink, so this is like twice as much as normal energy drink, by the way. Are you gonna go broke if you're gonna do a blood test in America, Joblo? Can you afford that? You drink a lot of water too? Yeah, man, I'd do it anyway, you know? You can't die from caffeine overdose. You cannot. We calculated that before with ChatGPT. You would need to drink 100 liters of coffee to die from caffeine overdose. You would burst like a fucking bubble before that. You won't go broke? Can't go broke if you're already broke, right? You can die if you have heart problems. Yeah, but isn't that true for, like, you know, people that don't drink coffee either? Like, if you have heart problems, you may die. Finally received the baseball cap. It is seen the whole Europe. Good quality. Thank you. It could have been better quality, but it's normal quality, you know? It's not like high premium quality, which I would like, but that would cost a lot more, so I feel like it's decent for the money. I'm actually like pleasantly surprised by Stream Elements merch. It seems like they're whoever making that stuff for them is alright. Well, okay. But yeah, you know what? I'm happy that my results are better because it would be pretty upsetting. It would be pretty upsetting if I did this for nothing. I will say that I've been feeling some weird kind of scary shit with my body that I need to get checked out anyway soon. It's normal. Every teenager goes through that. You know, your body may feel weird. You know, you might have a little boobies. You know, you might have a blood coming out of there. It's okay. Okay, I'm just checking the news real quick to checking the news real quick that that we're gonna talk about real quick right now, real quick. You're like that cage guy until you piss blood. Is it me or is it kind of big delay? No, just pause and continue the stream. It's gonna be all right. Do you also get this chat delay, or is it the only delayed on the screen for us? Well, I always had the delay, but now you can see it. Does that make sense? With this chat, it's kind of there is a delay, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah. There's a slight delay. Don't worry about it. Everyone in my family been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes? What the fuck? Jesus Christ. I guess that's normal in America, but holy shit. All right. Great grandma? They were testing for diabetes 300 years ago? Okay. Guys, let's take a look at a very interesting thing on the map here. Is this it? There was a gray thing recently. Oh, they removed it? Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, there it is. Uh-oh. On the other side. Yeah, it's that amphibious assault everyone's been talking about. Or like rather our guys crossing the river is setting up the positions here. We'll see how it's going to evolve, but very nice. Is there any update on the Russia church monks in Ukraine? Well, it's like a huge process, right? But there's some news about different places about that too. That let's take a look. I'm scrolling back the news. There's some interesting stuff today. Okay, there we go. The Russians are suffering heavy losses. We're destroying their personnel and offensive potential. Commander of the ground forces of the armed forces of Ukraine forces, Syrsky forces visited Commander of the ground forces of armed forces of Ukraine forces, Syrskyi, visited the Bakhmut direction. Says, I traveled along the entire line of collision. I was in the new units that hold entire Bakhmut front. Here we work together with commanders and soldiers on planning operations, assault actions, and defense. We control the situations directly on the ground. See ya, bud. Have a good birthday or whatever. Don't eat too much sugar. And tell your family to do the same. Kind of scary. Okay. Crimea River. Sevastopol surface drone attack. Babach and Tratata woke up the occupied Crimea at night. So-called head of Sevastopol, the fleet repulsed the attack, he says. They write that there was no destruction or casualties. Do we believe him? Man, I love that delay. There's more videos of it. The fucking windows are gone. Okay, interesting. Interesting. We'll come back to that. Don't blow the whole load right away, right? Ukraine will not give up Bakhmut, says Zelensky, for Al-Arabiya. The armed forces are preparing for a major counteroffensive. The drain of intelligence from the Pentagon will not significantly impact its progress and success. The surrender of Bakhmut will open the way for the Russian Federation to attack Kramatorsk and Slavyansk in the Donetsk region. Putin is fighting for his life in Ukraine, not for his country. How Zelensky's ever gonna go back to fucking wearing suits? He's dripped out, man. Dude, I bet like Balenciaga and all those fucking off-whites, I bet they wanted, I bet they would love Zelensky to wear their shit. Right? Oh, man. Ukraine is approaching a landmark battle for its recent history. Yeah, he promised to wear a suit, the suit that he wore the first day. Yeah. Ukraine is approaching a landmark battle for its recent history. The head of the state government, well, he's the head of the reconnaissance, Ukrainian reconnaissance. Wait, what's happening? I wanted to maybe like shuffle play. Oh, I talked about it, didn't I? The system. Okay, let me take a look. With appropriate integration kits, the IBCS EOC Engagement Operations Center will be able to provide C2 to any bro, the Rockwell encabulator to any and all Western radars and SAMs that Ukraine operates, bypassing their organic C2 centers. It's open architecture, so integration kits can be developed as needed. The thing that I was really excited about is the implementation of the Israeli alarm system in Ukraine. Means that depending on the missiles being fired towards you, only specific regions will be on alert. Meaning that, like, my city constantly has sirens, like every day, several times a day, but nothing really explodes. So theoretically, with this, no, it's not Iron Dome. Theoretically, with this alarm system from Israel, we should be able to get rid of alarms in my city if we're not actually under attack. It's just a warning system. Pretty cool. Okay. When it will start is a secret, the counteroffensive, but we're getting closer to it. Sufficient amounts of territory will be returned by force during counter-operation. To reach the borders of 1991 is an achievable task by 2023. Nothing will be completed without the return of Crimea.
Зараз ми маємо повернути всю територію.
Right now, we need to return all the territory.
Час у нас ще є.
With time.
Крим це
Time
фінал?
we have.
Якщо
Crimea's
Крим буде останнім
finale,
забраний, це фінал. Якщо буде Крим
If
першим забраний,
if
а
Crimea is
Донбас
gonna be
забраний,
taken
то
the
це
latest,
фінал. Завершити цю війну
is going to
можна
be the
виключно
finale.
шляхом. Це
If it's going to be among the
повернення
first, it's not gonna
будь-які
be.
кордони, але
The only way to
кордони наших
finish this war is to returning our borders by 1991. You can't stop it any other way now. Nobody will be able to end it any other way. It's the territorial problem is the first thing that we need to solve. Ukraine is never going to give up any of its territory. It's very simple. Is this possible for us to achieve by this year? Yeah, absolutely.
Зараз ми маємо
The map of Moscow, yeah, well, I'll talk about that too. Budanov also said that there will be no nuclear strike during the return of Crimea. On average, the Russian Federation mobilizes 20,000 people a month. Missile strikes are on pause. The enemy is accumulating supplies to disrupt our counteroffensive. In Bakhmut, the armed forces not only carry out defensive actions, but also counterattack. The commander of the Eastern Group of Troops, Alexander Sirsky, is a general, but whatever. Right. Ukrainian drone quietly flies over Moscow. The Kremlin soon will be in the AOE. Look at this. That's fucking funny. Wait, isn't there a 20 million hryvnia prize for flying a drone with the Ukrainian flag on 9th of May? Definitely achievable. It's fake, look at the compass. This is like an overlay. It's like a meme? Okay. Budanov's office in few months. He's collecting animals now? Oh. All right. Where we stopped? A meme was shared. Budanov's office in a few months. Is he collecting animals or some shit? What's happening? Oh, that's funny. They could have done a better job with cutting the... Funny meme, but could have been more high effort. Could have done better. Okay, there's very interesting news. Ukraine is approaching the exchange of prisoners with the Russian Federation in all-for-all format. Wow. This is an unprecedented case in world history. No one did that. All exchanges take place after the end of hostilities and not during the time. When you think about it, it makes sense. You don't want to, you're only capturing troops to trade them, but like keeping them for a long time is, you know, right now with current technology, you don't need to provide people with like battle plans or tactics or future, because you can communicate that information instantaneously. So it just, when it happens, you know? Okay, we go here and do this. So if you capture somebody, you can't get any insight on anything really. Unless you capture like a high-ranking official, then you can get some data on like maybe losses or the dislocation of troops in an area, right? But even then, it's like, how long until that changes, right? Which the troops constantly on the move. So you just basically take people for the exchange fund, and keeping them for a long time, I feel like is kind of expensive, right? You have to feed them, you have to, you know, do something and blah, blah, blah. So I feel like it's good for everyone to do trades. Oh, didn't we see a car similar to this explode in Russians' faces?
Це машинка для многоразового використання для мінування позицій. Має декілька режимів їзди. І тихенько підкрадаємось, скидаємо заряд, і потім машинка відходить і дистанційно підриваємо. Монка 90 – це дистанційний підрив. Ну і в ящику ще 12 кг тротила.
І пакет АТБ.
Да, і пакет від АТБ.
Буде гучно?
Oh, they recovered the car. I remember, I thought that it was just a suicide car.
Бо дуже гучно буде. Ні, отуди витягуємо. От, а далі я заводжу і вона пішла. Починаємо?
Так.
Так, погнали.
Зараз буде цікаво. Станції. Метрів 50.
Газуй, там треба ще проїхати. Окопи, не скочить в окопи. Право, вліво.
Там тіло сидить, дивиться на тебе. Все, скидуй ту всю фігню. Ось сюди машинка, воно де виглядає. Не знаю, що робити, не знаю, що воно таке. Увага, всі укриття, зараз буде бабах.
Лапи сюди, Гарі.
Запис іде.
Ой, ну що, давай, огонь. 4, 3, 2, 1. Бада-бум!
Пані не там охуєли.
Враження охуєнні.
Підери подохуєли трошечки, да? Бух, синосадки, бух, блядь, ей. Слово это страшный сон для пидорасов.
Drop the bass. Yeah, we saw that. It's an old one, right? Just a little bit of an extended version of it, but we saw it. All right. Let's continue. So exchanges take place after the end of hostilities, not during the time. So interesting. Hopefully it's gonna be the case. One of our soldier is worth fucking 100 fucking pigs, fucking Russian pigs. So it's good. So there was an information that was debunked by some of our officials already, but still, Ukraine allegedly planned strikes on Moscow on the anniversary of the full-scale invasion of the Russian Federation, but postponed them at the request of the United States, says Washington Post with reference to leaked documents leaked Pentagon documents. Ukrainian intelligence planned mass strikes on Moscow on the anniversary of the full-scale invasion on February 24th, but abandoned it. Budanov instructed one of his officers to prepare for mass strikes on February 24th with everything at the disposal of the general Ukrainian reconnaissance. However, this was postponed because the White House was concerned that such attacks would provoke Putin to use tactical nuclear weapons. So, it was debunked in this message. Yet again, we see Mikhailo Podolyak says, who is an official, presidential office official. It says, yet again, we see an interesting and weird media sensation. He quotes it, right? It's very conspirological, and very famous American news are reporting on it. Of course, without details and without logic. One thing I would like to ask, why would we do this? To do what? What task would such a thing do? Change the course of the war? Would make Russians run away? Would stop the need in having weapons? So such publications always cite anonymous sources, and doing the only catastrophical function, they're creating a thought among the people in the Western capitals as if Ukraine is unwise, infantile, and impulsive country, and does not deserve serious weapon from serious people. On purpose or not, this is a different question, but it doesn't change the main thing. Ukraine sees things completely differently. We're doing war with iron mathematical logic. We need far-hitting missiles to destroy Russian logistics on the occupied territories and other different types of aviation to protect our sky and to destroy Russian fortifications in those areas. That's the main component of successful counterattacking operations and minimizing our losses. That's that. Okay. Any truth to this stuff? Why is it not loading? What's happening? What's fucking hell? New law proposed in Ukraine to ban criticism of the government will be put through parliament vote. Oh, that's true, but it's not gonna go through. I'm pretty positive. So basically, the guy that proposed the law gets a lot of shit talked about him online, and he's upset about it. It's so stupid. It's never gonna go through. It's just silly. Sensational. That's it. Okay. Nothing more than that.
I would be guzzling buckets of his cum.
Thank you.
Icorich resubscribed for 5 months.
Thank you.
Sensational.
Thank you. Thank you for subscribing, buddy. I appreciate that. South Korea has expanded the list of goods whose export to Russia requires special permits from 57 positions to 798 items. Yo! That's a lot of items, dude. I hope kimchi is one of them. God, I wish they would not only forbid export to Russia, but permit export to Ukraine. That'd be fucking cool. The government of the country explains such measures with a high probability of the use of goods by importing countries for the production of weapons and for military purposes. Can kimchi be weaponized? Man, I love kimchi. Okay. This is cringe. EU foreign ministers are not yet ready to agree on the 11th package of sanctions against Russia, said the head of European diplomacy, Josep Borrell. Why? What's the problem? Is it fucking Hungary again? Bro, how can you have an ally that is so, like, goes against your main... It's just so weird, man. Spicy kimchi is a battle item in the Yakuza video games. Oh, I played Yakuza on stream a little bit, but I didn't finish it. It was a sleeper game, kind of, for people to watch. I don't know. I don't have weebs in my chat, so nobody was really interested. We have pasta and spice for making kimchi at home. Can order in Rosetka. Yeah, I guess. Pasta? You mean paste? I guess you can make it, right? State Duma deputy from the United Russia, Sultan Kamazayev, proposed to exclude English from the school curriculum. According to the weak-minded deputy, in the presence of the English language in educational institutions, they didn't have enough time to find for military training. I mean, true. Russians don't need to know English. Because it would ostracize them even more, which is based. So good. I love self-sabotage. Amazing. Russia, keep doing that. This is sad. Huge lines for food in Mariupol. The Russian world has come. That's sad. Z cretins are excited about the situation in the Kherson direction. In a bad way excited. We're receiving the information about not so healthy situation in Kherson direction. We're checking the we're checking the credibility. Russian Z fucking publics, Telegram publics checking credibility, bro. Ha! Okay. The Ministry of Justice of Russia is preparing to abolish the possibility of changing sex in the passport and other documents in order to fix family values in legislation. I didn't even know you could do that in Russia, but one guy that did it is like, damn it. Okay. Sure. The authorities of the Bryansk region allocate another $500 million rubles for the construction of the deputies. Oh, never mind. Of fortifications. Yeah, of course. No, not deputies like huge castles and shit. No. Ministry of Justice. Yeah, right. Anyway, didn't have enough money to build fortifications. Oops. I'm gonna get flagged for that fucking song on YouTube, so rather skip it. $50. They'll put one pyramid. Prigozhin posted cringe. As soon as we finish taking Bakhmut, as soon as we expel the last soldier from the city, or destroy the city. Wait, what is he saying? Oh. As soon as we finish taking Bakhmut, as soon as we expel the last soldier from the city, or destroy the last soldier on the territory of Bakhmut, the Ukrainian counteroffensive will begin that day. Bro thinks he's the fucking center of this fucking war. It's me, it's all about me. Jesus. A normal day in Russia. In Moscow, a woman was detained who gave birth in the toilet of a train and killed her child. The body of the newborn was found in the toilet. I mean, it's interesting. He was born in the toilet, which most Russians don't even know exists. That's ironic a little bit, don't you think? The mother wanted to give him everything that that she could. I mean, it's pretty typical for, you know, pick or choose: mud, puddle, toilet. You know. He got lucky, actually. I agree. Like, not living your life in Russia is just a win-win scenario, dude. Oh, Jesus. Well, all jokes aside, you know, don't care. Over the past 6 months, more than 300,000 artillery shells and 1 million rounds of ammunition have been transported from Iran to Russia on cargo ships. How do they have that many? Isn't Iran, like, fights Israel or some shit? Or they don't care? How many of them can they do? I feel like it's just so. Here's the thing. It's kind of shitty when you're a country that is at odds with the West, and you know perfectly well that the West is not gonna attack you if you're not gonna attack first. So they can do all this shit and just tone down the hostilities while they're getting back their supplies, while they're at their weakest. They will just like, oh, okay, never mind, let's be friends. And then they get their shit production back up and they're like, eh, you know? I have to be afraid of the West. Kalam! Right? Artillery shells are dirt cheap to produce. Yeah, but when you need a lot of them, you have problems of producing them. How many ships were captured by USA forces? I have no idea. Were any of them captured? This is cool. The EU and Ukraine will recognize and implement each other's court decisions. The Council of the EU agreed to establish contractual relations with Ukraine under the Hague Convention of the Recognition and Enforcement of Foreign Judgments in Civil or Commercial Matters. That's pretty cool. Starts from September 1st, 2023. Like, we're kind of already integrating in EU, basically. There's also international roaming is working for Ukrainian SIM cards now. So, like, for example, before, if you were a Ukrainian and you were going to Europe, you had to buy like a different SIM card for you to have connection and all that shit. And I had to do it. It was cringe, fucking annoying. But now you don't have to. It costs the same, which is nothing, pretty much. In fucking Ukraine, it's the cheapest fucking shit. I pay like fucking what? I don't actually pay for my phone. It's part of my internet plan, but home internet. But before this, I paid like $1 a month or something for unlimited. It's crazy, dude. Okay. Some stats for you boys who like the numbers. Ukraine's military spending increased by 640% over the year. Holy shit. Military spending around the world rose by 3.7% in 2022 to a record of $2.24 trillion. The United States, Russia, and China are the biggest spenders in this area, accounting for 56% of global military spending. which is like 40 of which is just America, because America spends like almost $1 trillion a fucking year for their military. So 56% of 2.24 is like, right, almost 1. Russian spending rose by 9.2% in 2022 to about $86 billion. Yeah, right. For sure they're spending all that money on military, which equates to 4.1% of Russia's GDP. In 2021, the figure was 3.7%. According to experts, the Russian invasion cost Moscow much more than it expected. At the same time, Ukraine broke the record for the largest increase in defense spending in a year. Ukraine military spending was $44 billion in 2022, a 640% increase compared to the previous years. Oof. That's a lot. Meanwhile, a kamikaze drone with 17 kilograms of explosives fell in the Moscow region. A drone similar to the Ukrainian UJ-22 airborne was found in the village of Voroskovske near Nojinsk. Whatever, I'm not reading this fucking Moscowite fucking names. Dog shit trash. A drone carried Canadian M112 explosive charges. Was it a video of a fucking Zoom? Oh, it's a slideshow.
Вот сейчас такая хуйня происходит у нас. Минеры.
It says this is what's happening. Police, special services, miners
Машин только у меня на день рождения.
in the village. Too bad. Too bad it fell. It is reported that UAV fell catching on trees. The wreckage of a bird was discovered by local residents. We're getting closer. US wants to make sure Kyiv offensive is successful. The decision on when and where it will begin is up to Ukrainian President Zelensky, the White House said. What is this, an attempt to like get some more insights into the offensive, or is it just statement? Yeah, of course we want to make it, of course we want to, man, it's just the way it's phrased. I just don't like this sensationalist shit, right? Maybe they just said, yeah, of course we want to make sure that offensive is going to be successful. Of course, we're the allies, we're in one boat. Obviously that makes sense. But it's then not even like, it's out of context, and it's like, we want to make sure it's going to be successful, you know? Because we have doubts. That's how it sounds. Cringe, dude. Okay, you want to see the most cringe fucking... most cringe commercial, Russian commercial so far? The Vologda Federal Penitentiary Service removed an advertisement for a service in penitentiary system. Oh, they're not removed. I'm sorry. Jesus, this fucking translation. Sometimes I'm not even reading. They filmed an advertisement for a service in the penitentiary system. Let's take a look. You thought that was the commercial? No, that's like some intro. This is the commercial. Sergei Ivanovich wanted to be happy and successful. That's when he decided to ask for help from Baba Nina. Tell me, I want success and happiness in my life. I see. You work in a factory, it's bad. But if you're gonna wear uniform 7 a.m. every morning, you're gonna be successful.
пенсия через 15 лет.
You're gonna have a pension in 15 years.
Отпуск 60 дней.
60 day of vacation.
Социальные гарантии.
Social guarantees.
Успех, карьерный рост.
Success. Career growth.
Сделай, как я говорю.
Do what I say,
Счастлив будешь.
and you're gonna be happy. Wow, genius. Okay. Ah,
Сергей Иванович сделал, как сказала баба Нина.
Sergey Ivanovich did what Baba Nina said,
Стал успешным.
and was
а жизнь
successful,
его наладилась.
and life was awesome. Wow.
Баба Нина говорит,
Baba Nina
есть такая
says
примета.
there's
Если
a.
форму ФСИН с утра не надеваешь,
Dude, what is this fucking? Okay, fucking Jesus Christ. What is this fucking slide, bro? It's like from actually like 50 years ago design courses. How is any of this fucking white font on the white background? Okay, let them fucking kill themselves. I don't give a fuck. Okay, back to interesting stuff. Drone strike on Sevastopol. Different angle. Oh, it's just a drone coming close. Oops. I thought it's an explosion. Oh, there's it. There it is. Damn, boy. Holy shit, bro. Wait, can I make it bigger? Yeah, I can.
Jaga, jaga.
Sheesh, man. Wait, where is it playing from? Oh, from here. Okay, makes sense. That's interesting. Russians are saying there's no losses, which means there's definitely losses. What was hit? Not clear yet. Listen, Russians are saying that they destroyed it before it hit anything. It could be the case, but it's pretty close to whatever the fuck that is, so I don't know. Video from the category, we don't leave our own. That's a famous Russian saying, which, you know, since it's Russian, they do the complete opposite. In the Kherson region, Ukrainian units fired on a Russian boat in such a way that they quickly got on the glider and went towards the occupied part, leaving one of their own in the water. This fucking song every time, dude. The guy fell off the boat and they just left him.
Ну вы, блин, даете.
The song is from the show that is called Village of Fools.
A few moments later.
Bro thinks he's hidden, dude. Okay, what is this happening here? Around the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, Moscow Patriarchy, stuff is getting hot again in the literal sense of the word. In the village of Mileevo, Chernivtsi region, the church of Saint Job of Pochayev of the Moscow Patriarchy was on fire. And of course, the howl about persecution... It's the same word. Persecution began. However, the arsonist was caught very quickly, practically red-handed. According to the sources, he turned out to be a monk from the from the Moscow Patriarchy. He first took the money from the church and set fire to it, and then went to a store nearby and did the same. He was found there by the police. A man was tonsured a monk not so long ago. I don't know what that means. Made a monk, basically. At the end of last year, sources say that he has mental disorders and has been prosecuted before. That's what he stole? Bro, just so you understand, quickly glancing on it, that's about... that's about 40 bucks. Return to monk E. That made me laugh. Return to monk. Fucking stupid, bro. Okay, what is this? Zelensky must go, says Tucker Carlson, who was let go from Fox News today. Some people speculate, by the way. So Tucker Carlson is no longer employed by Fox News. Good. Oh my god, somebody at Fox watches my stream and fucking booted that degenerate. But apparently it was because Tucker was against... he was talking about insurrection on the January 6th being a good thing, and Fox News got in trouble, legal trouble because of that, and he wouldn't stop talking about it, so they like said, okay, fuck you. That's based. Good. Meet the Ukrainian combat module Shabля. Shabля means it's like the Cossack sword. Like this. I don't know, Yatagan, what do you call it? Saber? Oh, maybe, yeah. Ukrainian combat module Saber. The complex operates remotely using a control panel. This allows you to fight at a distance and save the lives of fighters. The turret can be equipped with different weapons: 7.62mm 12.7 machine gun, 40mm grenade launcher. The complex is equipped with a thermal imager and rangefinder, which makes it possible to detect targets at a distance of up to 2 kilometers and effectively hit them. By the way, Saber is produced by Global Dynamics from Kiev. Global Dynamics? That's cool. He petted it, so cute. Is this Terminator? Yeah. That's gonna be so cool to fucking put that shit on our borders. And it's really stable, yeah, you're right. It's really saber. Put that shit on our borders, and the guy just sits comfortably in the room, sips coffee, looks at 20 cameras. Intruder detected. Brrr. Killed them. Peskov said that Putin was never in any kind of bunkers. Yeah, true. True. Fuck off. A Fly Dubai plane caught fire while taking off from Kathmandu airport. The media write the plane is trying to land. That's not good. I flew those planes. Oops. Over the Moscow airport, Vnukovo closed the air zone. Russian media. Russia says that they received information about an unknown UAV. Nope. The Russians can launch their own offensive in several directions with the improvement of the weather, says coordinator of National Security Council, the White House, John Kirby. Yeah, we have seen the offensives already. Scared. Russian armed forces strengthened the defense of the Crimea after the explosion in Sevastopol. Bro. Oh, man. According to Swiss, it's like a year has passed, more than a year has passed after the full-scale war. We said many times that we will take Crimea back with force. And we're like, oh, maybe it's time to strengthen the defense. According to Swiss OSINT analyst Benjamin Pitt, ships of the Russian armed forces began to patrol the waters near the Kerch Strait more often. In addition, the entrance to the Sevastopol harbor is now guarded by at least 6 physical barriers. This in addition to patrol boats, helicopter patrols, dolphins that attack divers and... What? Is this real? I know dolphins are like pretty rapey, so maybe they're not only gonna attack them, you know what I'm saying? Jesus. That's scary. Okay, what is this? They had dolphins guarding the Crimea bridge, they said in the beginning. I thought it was a joke. Is that real? Have I seen this video? You're now just fucking posting that shit on your TikTok and we watch it? I'm okay with that. This video is currently unavailable. No, I didn't see the video. Okay. It's blurred? Yeah, it's just not there. Did I miss oh, yes, I'm sorry. Ah, there we go. We saw this. So apparently I said that it was a bunch of fucking grenades. It's not a bunch of grenades. Apparently he's using an anti-tank grenade. Mine, anti-tank mine? Oh. Oh, nice editing, buddy. Jesus, they actually live like fucking orcs in fucking holes and shit. Wait, actually a guy flew out of there? Why, we didn't even see that. Nice editing, bud. Good job. Good vid. US Navy also uses dolphins, but they do other things like looking for mines. Damn. Do they have rank and everything too? Like dogs? That'd be cool. They put a new rank on the dolphins like or what do they do? I don't know how dolphins sound. The other vid got 220 views? Damn, son. Dolphins don't eat sauerkraut? Is that what they were feeding them? Wiccan confirmed that a Russian-controlled SA-22 fired a missile at a US MQ-9 on November 27, 2022. US Army Colonel Joe Buscino, a spokesperson for the US CENTCOM, the top US military command in the region, told the Warzone in a statement today. What would happen if they would hit? Shame it missed. Go fuck yourself. What a degenerate. Look at his fucking moron. Okay. Very excited to share my latest for the study of war alongside some phenomenal maps by George W. Barrows on the current Russian order of battle in Ukraine, a thread. The US is not interested in a direct confrontation. I mean, you don't have to do direct confrontation. You can just give us more weapons, right? Probably what they did. Okay, these are like high definition pictures. Nice, that's cool. All right. We assess that Russian forces are operating along 7 axes. Kupiansk. So, let me just put this into perspective here. So 7 axes, right? So Kupiansk. I zoomed in too much. So Kupiansk is here, generally speaking. Luhansk region, Bakhmut, Avdiivka, Western Donetsk, Eastern Zaporizhia, so this direction. Western Zaporizhia, so probably like this. And Kherson, well, that's Kherson, so probably like Zaporizhia 1 and 2, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 7 directions, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the 7th one? Oh, Luhansk region. Yeah, this one. So this is seven main directions, so to say. Russia has committed elements of previously damaged Western Military District formations to the Kupiansk area, namely the 1st Guards Tank Army and 6th Combined Arms Army. These formations are essentially shells from their pre-war selves. Kupiansk area. So this is Kupiansk area. There wasn't a lot of developments here for quite some time. So Russia has committed elements of 2 military districts and 2 airborne VDV divisions to an unsuccessful offensive in Luhansk Oblast that has potentially culminated. Spetsnaz elements are also a little bit too loud in my headphones. Spetsnaz elements are also deployed here to offset lack of infantry capabilities for frontal assaults. So if he means like Luhansk Oblast by this direction, basically, then maybe it is. Russia still has VDV. They will always have VDV. Just is it the same one that they had? No. Current Russian pattern of commitment around Bakhmut suggests that the Russian military leadership is increasingly prioritizing the completion of the capture of the city before the start of the Ukrainian counteroffensive, if possible. We've written on this before. Obviously, Bakhmut, they're trying to take. Russian military command has heavily committed a variety of Donetsk People Republic elements to Avdiivka, Donetsk city access. Again, probably the reason they're not very successful in this direction either, because untrained personnel just thrown as meat. If they don't care about their own fucking people, they definitely don't care about people in the occupied regions. Alongside some, I don't know what SMD is, and Northern Fleet units, the Donetsk People Republic elements in this area have particularly suffered from poor abusive command culture. Called it. The command is indifferent to our lives. The command is filling its staff with new mobilized for the 6th time. Please help. There's no one else to turn. Fucking told you. The command directly says that we're consumables. The mobilized people say in a video message. Commanders from the DPR are firing machine guns that are mobilized as soldiers refuse to go to assault units. Yeah. EMD elements have been committed to Western Donetsk Oblast near Vuhledar. Over here. Since fall 2022, EMD, what is that? Oh, Eastern Military District, okay. Have been committed to Western. That's the problem. They're committing Eastern Military District to Western location. Why rush counteroffensive? They're literally killing themselves for you. Yeah, because we want to end the war. We're fucking tired of this shit, right? And have suffered continued losses during repeated failed attempts to take Wuhledar. Russia has committed South Military District elements and several irregular formations to defensive operations on the western Zaporizhia axis. So maybe in like these directions. These forces are likely less exhausted and degraded than forces elsewhere due to the largely defensive nature of operations on this front so far in 2023. The Russian group in the Kherson region is likely the most disorganized and undermanned in the entire theater. Where's that beautiful little clump? This sector of the front has been mostly static since the Russian withdrawal from the West Bank Kherson in November 2022. Well, mostly. Some concluding thoughts. The Russian obsession with continuing small-scale tactical offensive operations past the point of operational culmination has left Russian forces ill-prepared to respond to a large-scale mechanized counteroffensive. The current Russian Orbat, I don't know what that is, in Ukraine suggests that there are very few Russian units that are not actively online in the theater. Only 2 of Russia's 12 combined armies are not accounted for, and these armies have likely been destroyed, dispersed. Order of battle. Okay. I see. Basically the current situation on the field. The Russian military has 12 combined arms armies. Institute of Study of War has observed reports of elements of all but 2 armies in operations far in 2023. The EMD, Eastern Military District 35, fucking whatever, BB, blah, 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 blah. Russian mail bloggers reported that 35th combined arms, whatever, was essentially completely destroyed by Ukrainian forces near Izum in June 2022. Okay, well. Interesting. Yeah, basically their main forces are trying to take over Bakhmut right now. They have some weak shits, some remnants of their units near Kupiansk. They have mobilized disorganized DPR people from Avdiivka. And everywhere else, they're trying to like do defensive actions. So, yeah, it seems like they're super fucked, huh? Russia Today immediately wants Tucker Carlson to work for them. Says enough. Hey, Tucker Carlson, you can always question more with RT.com. Question more. RT immediately wants Tucker Carlson to work for them. Says enough. He could present exactly the same show with exactly the same guests, so it would be an easy transition. True. That's why they want to freeze the conflict. They wanted to freeze the conflict kind of a year ago. But they obviously they want to keep the territory that they had, which is nonsense. Russia's biggest propagandist, Vladimir Solovyov, shared this email to Tucker Carlson following the news of his firing. Dear Tucker, today the United States mainstream media has lost its last remaining voice of reason. As the rest of the world, we have heard about your decision to quit working for Fox. No, he got booted. He got fired. And wholeheartedly support your decision. You have our admiration and support in any endeavor you choose for yourself next, be it running for president of the United States. Which you should totally do, by the way. Oh my God. On making an independent media project. Yeah, Alex Jones style, until you get sued for $1 billion. Will happily offer you a job if you wish to carry on as a presenter and a host. But he won't be able to present in US, right? The RT and all that shit is banned. Russian billionaires see wealth rise to over $500 billion. Forbes Russia reports Russia's richest people added $152 billion to their wealth over the past year, buoyed by high prices for natural resources and rebounding from the huge loss of fortunes they experienced just after. Sure, whatever. A lot of them lost a lot of money. Okay, we read that. Oof, this is gonna be real bad. Russian Ministry of Defense have started putting out new cartoons reminiscent of the propaganda that both the Allies and the Axis power used in World War II for their home troops. This one is titled Alphabet of the Special Military Operation. Yeah, except the Allies, weren't invading other countries, but... What is this? Okay, this is gonna be bad. Wow, it just glitched.
Лучше устать, чем оказаться застигнутым врасплох. Делай окоп глубже, а его стены прочнее. Усиливай их бревнами. Не откладывай на потом. Оборудуй в окопе боковые ниши, если не хочешь получить посылку от вражеского беспилотника. Не жди, что за тебя все сделает кто-то другой. Сам заботься о себе и боевых товарищах. На подходе к окопу незаметно разложи пластиковые бутылки и куски шифера. Натяни проволоку жестяными банками. Незваному гостю нужно обеспечить громкий прием.
Bro, what is this fucking World War II shit? Fucking cans on a string, bro.
Всегда ожидай пакости от противника. Этот навык отличает хорошего солдата от мертвого.
Whew. Better to dig your grave before you need it, because you will. Fighting in Ukraine is the worst mistake you could have done, soldier. By following the crime-ridden Putin regime, you're not only putting your life on the stake, but also life of your country. Kyiv head of military intelligence Kirill Budanov planned the bold strikes. That's not true. We already heard that. Lukashenko's crackdown on his critics in Belarus has fallen off the radar. As a reminder that it's ongoing, there are many political prisoners languishing in prison in horrible conditions. Kazakhs show they will no longer dance to Moscow tune. The vast former Soviet country is trying to loosen its ties with Kremlin, not just politically and economically, but also culturally. Yeah, we read some of that stuff. It's like they're also renaming cities and streets and all of that. German general calls for F-16 jets to be promptly given to Ukraine. Yeah, we could use them for a counteroffensive. That'd be fucking amazing. Even like 10 of them would be fucking based. Okay, what is this? Cyclop Battle Part 2? Previous episode. The fidelity is actually nothing unusual by the fidelity, because most of the fidelity you see is streamed. This is a file uploaded directly from the drone, I think. That's the difference. No blockiness and stuff like that. Damn. Там же все заблюрено так, але там не все блюрять насправді. Yeah, and they have no fucking clue they're being watched. So fucking funny. Oh, I was about to ask, when is it? Oh, that's a nice one. Oof. Oof. Man, look how effective these fucking drones are. Holy shit. It seems like to me that small artillery and mortars is kind of a thing of the past now. It's all about the drones. Look at the precision. It's crazy. How many like actual like mortar shells you need to spend? I think they're gonna. Oh man, that's so good. I think what's gonna happen is they're only gonna improve like small, like munitions like that, and improve the drones. That's the best. However, the anti-drone jammers could be a thing. It's gonna be a complete like, you know, constant fight. But those could be expensive, you know. Holy shit. Right on their fucking heads, bro. Yeah, again, you're saying that, but you can jam the signal, right? That's the biggest problem with the drones. You jam the signal and the drones just follow the sky. You're forgetting about that. Bro, this fucking operator is insane. It's pretty high, and he's hitting it. There's no wind maybe and shit like that. Only if the drone needs a signal. What, are you gonna like put a fucking super powerful computer on it so it will calculate all that shit on the device? I don't know about that, man. Is it that kid with 500 kills? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Imagine having 500 fucking confirmed kills, and it's like all of that shit is video documented too. Dude, what? Can do it on a Raspberry Pi? No, you can't. Oh, there's another drone there. Not enough computing power to calculate all of that. Grenade. Oof, look at that. Holy shit. You see the bounce? Damn. Uh-oh. Ha ha ha. Oh. That's a funny sound. Damn. Look how close this is. Holy shit. Don't you want to smoke the area first? No, why? If you have a drone... If you have a drone above you giving you live correction and data. You just want to sneak up. They're being shelled, they're staying in the dugout. No need for smokes. It's not even just about having the grenades, but also it's like there's wind too. Like how effective you might just give your position away instead. Like it's hard to say. Man, and like a trench is like, you know, it's so yeah, when you see where all the enemies are, it's insane. With the drone correction, it's so much more confident. You preparing a grenade or what? Oh man. Damn, dude. Sheesh, they're getting them views. Yeah, the grenade drops were fucking... Sheesh. Those were good. Okay, honestly, I feel like we covered all the news. There's Aristovich today, but I don't know if we should go for it. However, I don't have a game to play today. Like, at all. So, I don't know. What are we gonna do, guys? Good that Tucker is gone. He's a fucking rat. He will try to find another place to spew his fucking shit from, right? Okay, let's take a look. Tucker is a fucking traitor to America, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm super glad that he lost his place in Fox, and he's definitely not gonna get a bigger platform than that. But you know, but I feel like that rat is gonna find a way out. He's gonna reappear. Or I hope that he's like, okay, fine, I have enough money, I'm just gonna chill, but I hope he just goes away. For good. Alex Jones needs to fuck off too. Didn't he fuck off? Didn't they sue him into oblivion? Or he still makes shows? Or what's up with that? Okay, I wanna chill with me talking, and then we're gonna watch the video, and then we're gonna watch Arestovich, I think.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus channel. For hundreds of years, naval power has been the biggest determiner of military supremacy. However, the ability to go from boat to beach and beyond soon became more vital. As a result, countries began experimenting with floating tanks, landing craft, and other versatile vehicles that could quickly go from sea to land and back again. Be it in wartime or peacetime, the ability to move troops and equipment from ship to shore is vital. For this reason, many countries have employed what is known as landing craft. These are not amphibious vehicles, but boats that can carry large amounts of equipment and cargo directly to a waiting landing zone. Though the sizes of boats have changed, the design of these ship-to-shore vessels has remained virtually the same since World War II. They consist of a flat deck, a forward-facing ramp, and a shallow keel that allows them to pull directly onto the beach. In the case of vehicles, they can simply drive off and continue on their mission. After several decades, technology finally allowed the US military to develop a vehicle that could operate amphibiously and serve as a transport landing craft.
I tried to play it, but it was kind of slow, I don't know.
The final design became known as the Ship-to-Shore Connector, or LCAC, which stands for Landing Craft Air Cushion.
Oh, look at that.
This is essentially a large-scale hovercraft with a flat cargo deck in the center.
That's big, dude. What the
LCAC
fuck?
uses 4 gas turbine engines to create a cushion of air inside a large bladder. This helps lift the craft off the surface of the water, reducing friction and allowing it to travel at much higher speeds. Indeed, the LCAC is 87 feet long and 47 feet wide, with a capacity to carry up to 75 tons of equipment at speeds of more than 40 knots.
Dolphins, right?
Once empty, It can return to its waiting ship at more than 70 knots, or 80 miles per hour. Because the LCAC rides atop its cushion of air, it can drive directly onto a beach or other landing zone.
It's pretty unique for sure.
Here, it can lower its ramps and allow for offloading vehicles like trucks and armored personnel carriers.
I want to set out on the beach without getting my feet wet.
If necessary,
okay,
the LCAC
well,
can drive further.
How many
into
billions are we
lakes,
gonna spend this
traveling
time?
over rivers, lakes, mud, and concrete with equal ability.
Cool content.
The LCAC is typically deployed from a specialized U.S. Navy vessel known as an amphibious assault ship. These vessels have special interior well decks at the waterline, which allows amphibious vehicles to deploy and return quickly and easily. Amphibious assault ships are not the only option for LCAC deployment. In the early 2000s, General Dynamics introduced the concept of the Expeditionary Transfer Dock.
GM? Oh no, what did they say? General
This
Dynamics?
would be a new type of amphibious warfare ship designed to transport and deploy troops, vehicles, and equipment supporting amphibious operations.
That's a huge bitch, dude. What the fuck? Look at that.
The ships are large, typically over 800 feet long, weighing over 80,000 tons. They are equipped with a large flight deck that can accommodate helicopters and on-deck docking slots for ship-to-shore hovercraft. This means that vehicles and equipment can be loaded directly onto the waiting LCACs, each of which can quickly make multiple trips ashore. The first ESD, the USS Montford Point, was commissioned in 2013. General Dynamics constructed the Montford Point and its successor, the USNS John Glenn, at the NASSCO Shipbuilding and Repair Yard in San Diego, California. NASSCO has been in operation for over 50 years and has built some of the most technologically advanced ships in the world. The facility is so large that its 4,000 workers sometimes construct 5 to 6 major vessels at a time.
Ukraine! Yo, look at that bridge.
Transfer docks, also known as mobile landing platforms, are unique because they stem from a commercial tanker design. However, the middle cargo section, typically carrying oil, was replaced with an extended, flexible platform that maximizes the ship's versatility. The Montford Point already has roughly a decade of experience at sea.
Isn't it kind of beautiful that you can learn new shit like every day, and you can learn about stuff that is so fucking complex? Like, people built this shit, and you have no fucking clue about any of that. You just learned about it, but you don't know how to function, how it functions, you know? Like, it's just so cool that you can never keep up with all the new cool shit. That's super cool. The world,
genuinely
you will
massive
never
ship
know
is
everything,
just
which
a
is
few
fucking
hundred
awesome.
feet shorter than an aircraft carrier,
It's like
but
a-
is far more versatile due to its highly unique design.
Unlimited video game. Procedurally generated story.
Its flat deck can be utilized by a variety of different vehicles and is ideal for moving ships, cargo, and vehicles from one ship to another.
And this patch note added new F-65.
These transfer docks are just the latest addition to a growing number of US military vessels, specially designed to support ground operations. Amphibious assault ships, for instance, were intended
Who?
solely to move Marines and their equipment to land by means of vertical takeoff and
Look at
landing
that shit.
aircraft, amphibious vehicles, and small boats. The Wasp class, which the US introduced in 1989, currently boasts 7 ships, each of which is 843 feet long and carries more than 1,500 Marines.
Some things fade, yeah.
The latest version of the Expeditionary Sea Base, the Lewis B. Puller, is actually quite different from the John Glenn and Manfort Point.
During an exercise? Holy shit.
Though it still has the frame of a converted tanker,
How did they die?
it sits much higher out of the water.
In an exercise.
Its flat deck has landing spots for multiple heavy-lift helicopters, while the former cargo areas can carry various equipment and personnel. It was indeed to function as a mobile base from which a number of operations could be launched.
Drowning
Since
friendly
World War
fire?
II,
Wow.
The United States has invested billions in amphibious warfare.
That sucks, man.
The Wasp-class amphibious assault ships are perhaps the best example of where that money has gone. These ships combine the best aspects of a destroyer, an aircraft carrier, and a
Tomahawk?
landing craft into one versatile
Give!
vessel.
Give us!
They are defined mainly by their well decks, which are more than 260 feet long, 50 feet wide, and 28 feet deep.
Can
The
Tomahawks
ship
be
can
launched from
flood
like
the
any
deck
anything?
in order to allow for the easier launch and recovery
Planes,
of
sea.
various vehicles.
Ground forces.
But the sheer vastness of the space ensures that the vessel can launch an entire landing force in just a few minutes. 2 LCACs can be lined up back to back, each carrying tons of vehicles and equipment. During Operation
They're way
Dawn
larger?
Blitz
Oh.
in 2015,
Oh,
the
okay.
USS Boxer practiced just in assaults. The ship's 2 LCACs were fully loaded with
Dude,
Humvees,
LCAC is such a
armored
funny name.
personnel carriers, and trucks,
Reminds me of
which were
macaque.
then joined by dozens of Marines who could help define the payload
Suck on this,
during the
LCAC.
landing process.
Also, what's up with the L? Why not W? Z?
Before the Expeditionary Transfer Dock entered service, the primary
fuck?
companion to the amphibious assault ship was the LPD, or Amphibious Transfer Dock.
L equals landing? Why not W?
These vessels measure around 680 feet long and operate more or less like their assault ship counterparts.
Winning craft air cushion. Okay.
Aside from carrying 2 LCACs, they also carry a complement of Marines utilizing several helicopters and tilt-rotor aircraft. Since they are much smaller and do not boast the flat, aircraft carrier-like deck of the assault ships, the transport docks confine most of the flight operations to the rear of the ship.
Oh, a dick and a piss.
This is where helicopters and Ospreys are launched, and all flight-related exercises and drills are practiced.
Yo, they're going to Mars?
You walking will not disturb your phone blanket. And I can prove it.
If a fire were to break out on the flight deck, it wouldn't take long for it to spread across the rest of the ship. Given the ship's small size, the crew regularly performs some essential drills related to firefighting and damage control. Though boats and LCACs allow for transporting more equipment, they cannot match the speed
is what
and
makes America
firepower
different
of
from
helicopters.
America and Western countries, militaries from other like countries like Russia,
For this
China,
reason,
whatever.
amphibious
Corrupt
assault
pieces of
ships,
shit probably
amphibious transport
steal money that
docks,
is
and expeditionary
supposed to use on
transfer
drills.
docks all have helicopters and flight crews aboard.
What is honor verse? What's that?
At the very least, they can provide valuable support and air cover throughout the duration of any operation.
That's why I think the Western armies are like the strongest ones, because people there actually know what to
Protecting
do.
the military's assets on sea, land, and beyond.
The only thing the Russians practice is how to die. They're getting killed at the fucking
That's the end of
toilets when
this
they
video.
get born, dude. A book series? Oh, I don't read those. Okay, you link me this.
As we've just passed the first anniversary of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, I thought it'd be interesting to see how this
No
and
Scooby-Doo
it is the
vans,
first
true.
major armoured conflict in Europe since 1945 has developed, and how the kit and the tactics used have evolved. In common with a lot of other people, when the Russian special military operation started, I didn't think what was thought of as the second best army in the world would have much difficulty rolling over the defence forces of a much smaller country. How come then the second best army in the world seems to have started to resemble the second best army in Ukraine?
Oh,
The strategy,
dude, destroyed!
Strategy and tactics used by both sides, and particularly how those used by the Russian army have evolved from World War II through the Cold War up to the present day. We need to look at the equipment, and as with the Tank Museum, specifically the armour that has been deployed and how its use has changed. And finally, the command structure of the Russian army. Starting with the tactical side, it's pretty obvious that the tactics employed by the Russian army have changed several times during the course of the campaign. The first phase could almost be described as blitzkrieg, and it's an assault by combined airborne, amphibious and ground forces on a number of fronts, right from Kyiv and Kharkiv in the north.
except what Russians thought is an assault is actually not an assault. They just drove to Kyiv, bro, and fucking they were out of gas and they were getting fucking bombed.
It's preceded by
They just drove there.
heavy missile barrage, and this is designed to disrupt Ukrainian air defence and command and control. It almost succeeds, and in fact swathes of land are lost down towards Black Sea and over in the Donbass. But it fails spectacularly in the north, and that is where the Ukrainian defence is tougher and better prepared. Kharkiv, the second city, held on by a whisker. And
Lavrov is going
Kyiv,
crazy.
an
What is he
attempt
saying?
by airborne troops to take Hostomel airbase failed with huge casualties. The armoured columns trying to break through were fought to a standstill.
Excruciating.
The Russian victory parade in Kyiv would have to be postponed. In April and May, the Russian forces are resorting to almost a classic Soviet.
Yeah, that was funny. Aristovich did say that. So he said that some of the Russians were unironically calling up Ukrainian hotels and restaurants, and they were booking, like making reservations. I'm not even fucking kidding.
Warfare techniques. Massed artillery barrage, followed by assault by what
They
we
said
call
cope
BTGs,
cages?
battalion tactical groups. We will talk about them a little bit later on.
Give me a second. What is this?
Russian soldiers, futile use of pine logs as makeshift protection on logistical trucks, and attaching overhead cope cages to their tanks.
Cope cages! I don't think he knows what this means, dude. Oh, it's fucking funny, dude.
Russian soldiers, futile use of pine logs as makeshift protection on logistical trucks, and attaching overhead cope cages to
The way he says it, like it's a proper military term, bro. It's gotta be, bro, right? It's gotta be a proper now at this point. Cope cages, dude. I love it.
tanks. It's nothing sort
The Sun. Who cares who fucking published it? It's fucking recording.
of tragic, but their command.
Cope. K-O-P cages. Okay, that's funny, dude.
But essentially they are a motor rifle battalion with artillery,
Oh man.
armour and
He might know, I
logistical
mean,
support.
cope
The
is a
tactics they're
real
using
word.
here are very similar to those used by the Soviet army in World War II. But the thing is, these days, the battlefield is a rather different place. ISTAR, intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition and reconnaissance, is a real game changer on the modern battlefield. Large targets like armoured columns can be tracked by drone or satellite surveillance, targeted and destroyed. The last operation of this phase was a
В Севастополе взорвался дрон надводный. Ты не слышал? А еще я твою мать трахал в сраку, блядь. И бате твоему на губы кончал, размазывал. Понял, блядь? И бабку твою нахуй... Блядь, короче, съебался нахуй. Русак ебаный, блядь. Сдохни, сука. Пизда тебе скоро. Хуесос.
large-scale attempt to cross the Sivetsky Donets River by pontoon bridge. This was disastrous, and it led to the loss of up to 100 AFVs and perhaps 500 men.
Охуевший, блядь.
In the third phase, which runs
Собака
from
ёбаная.
June, Russian offensive action is scaled down, and they're mostly relatively light probing attacks trying to find weaknesses in the Ukrainian lines. These do achieve a bit of success in Luhansk and Donetsk, but they're also failures at places like Pavlivka. And they're also very wasteful of elite forces like naval infantry and paratroops. These are the guys who are sustaining...
Because Russians don't understand what the fuck is an elite force, okay? They think that it's
With
like
the
everyone is
winter,
expendable.
we move into what you could call the fourth phase.
Fucking
And
moron.
this has the Russian army resorting to what almost look like the tactics of World War I. Assaults by infantry against prepared Ukrainian positions with heavy losses. This phase has led to huge losses for really quite minimal gains. I mean, a recent report was suggesting 824 Russian dead and wounded per day. But the whole thing about it is these are mostly either PMC Wagner convicts or conscripts.
No TOS? Well...
And we've got to really presume that the
Want
Russian
those
High
guys
Command regards these guys
tripping
as
on the ground?
expendable. So it's
on all
worth
those
taking
bullets
the
coming
losses
their way.
to keep Ukrainian forces pinned down in position and maintain a war of attrition.
Oh, this video.
So, where do we go from here? As the spring campaigning season opens, President Putin has shown every sign of wanting to continue the war, and equally, the Ukrainians
Found a quarter.
have every intention of driving the invader off their soil. So at this juncture, I think it's worth looking at our perception of the Russian army and the kit and the tactics
Putin
that they have been using. To start with, let's look at two Soviet-era vehicles, the T-72 tank and the BMP infantry fighting vehicle, that are still plentiful on both sides in Ukraine. This is a T-72, and this is a classic Soviet-designed Cold War main battle tank. It's designed for a conscript army, so it's rugged, reliable, and relatively simple. It has a low profile and a very powerful 125mm gun. Now, this is a T-72M, and that's what you might call the exporter version. So this would be supplied to client states.
The better version?
Members of the Warsaw Pact, that sort of thing. It lacks a bit of the finesse of the vehicles that was actually supplied to the Russian army.
Oh, yeah?
What you will see in Ukraine are mostly T-72B3s. Now these have a few improvements. They've got explosive reactive armour on the front and on the turret, and they've got an improved fire control system. But the question is, why are the Russians losing so many of these tanks? Why are so many being destroyed? To see why that happens, we need to look inside.
As I mentioned before, this tank has a very low profile. Now in combat, that's obviously a good thing, because it makes it, as a target, harder to acquire, harder to hit. But to do that, to achieve that, they had to get rid of a crew member, the loader. Now to compensate for that, they fitted auto loader. And what that is a carousel affair underneath the turret floor down there, and then a lift that actually picks the round up, puts it in the breech, and then ejects the spent case through the hatch up here. So far so good. But it also makes the turret space, as you can see here, very cramped indeed. And of course the ammunition stowage is underneath the turret itself. Now the T-72 as a tank was designed for conventional tank-on-tank warfare. So we're expecting incoming rounds to impact on the front of the vehicle. And that's where you have the thickest armour. That's where the ERA, explosive reactive armour, is fitted.
The problem is that modern anti-tank weapons, things like NLAW and Javelin, have a top attack capability. What that means is they'll locate the target and then hit either the back or the top of the turret, and that's where the armour is thinnest. What that does in a lot of cases is to set off the rounds stored underneath the turret. That's why you see so many T-72s with the turret blown off and completely destroyed.
Like that CGI fire,
We've recently seen some T-72s in Ukraine fitted with what's colloquially been called cope cages. That's extra armour on top of the turret, on top of the back of the tank. Now this is designed to protect against aerial bombs dropped by drones, or to some extent it may provide some protection from top attack anti-tank weapons.
What did you like about it?
Number one, the Ukrainians were using NLAWs and Javelins, top attack weapons which could take out a tank, and did so. The Russian efforts to protect themselves against top attack, they started building things, they called them cope cages, cages with sandbags or metal.
Cope cages. That's
the next vehicle I would like to talk about is this one. This is the BMP-1, and you'll be familiar with that from television footage, I'm sure. Now, the BMP-1 is 1960s design, and when it comes out, it's quite revolutionary. BMP means bojowa maszyna piechoty, infantry fighting vehicle. And that is quite a
colloquially
revolutionary
known
concept.
as cope cages.
NATO forces have got APCs, armoured personnel carriers, things like the American M113, the British FV432, but they do exactly what it says on the tin. They are armoured personnel carriers, they're battle taxis. Now the idea of having a vehicle that can not only carry a squad of 8 infantrymen across a battlefield at the same speed as a tank, but also has the ability to mix it with other AFVs, that's actually quite a revolutionary one. Now the BMP, it's a bit of an antique these days, in all honesty. There are a lot more BMP-2s, BMP-3s in Ukraine, but there are still a substantial number of BMP-1s around. BMP-1 has a fairly simple 2-piece welded hull and a stubby turret mounting a 73mm Grom smoothbore low velocity gun and a Saga anti-tank missile, a wire-guided missile. The idea here is that the Grom will engage targets out to about 700 metres. The Saga will do the same job from about 500 up to 3,000 metres. That provided very good anti-tank capability, but it's not so good against other targets, and particularly they're finding this in places like Afghanistan.
We've definitely seen some BMP-1s
in
on the videos.
In the BMP-2, BMP-3, the Grom is replaced with a 30mm auto cannon. Now this vehicle has had what I'd call an eventful life. It was used by Warsaw Pact armies. It may in fact have seen service in Afghanistan, looking at some of the battle damage, which had been overpainted in Warsaw Pact green paint. But it was then passed on to the Iraqi army, and it was captured by the British army in the first Iraq war.
Oh, the one that's
inside,
based as
it's
fuck.
really in quite a part of state. I mean, you stick your head in there, and it actually smells like a captured vehicle. Here in the back of the vehicle, you've got space for 8 infantrymen, and then up at the front, the 3 crew members, the commander, the driver, and the turret gunner. It's pretty cramped in here. The infantry each have a periscope, and rather strangely, they each have a firing point. Now, I don't know, but if I put the muzzle of the weapon in there, I can't imagine these were much use, because the arcs are really distinctly limited. It would just be targets of opportunity. One of the problems encountered in Afghanistan is that a mine strike under the left-hand track would kill or incapacitate both the driver and the commander, because they're sat both quite close together. And of course, if that happens, it's game over for the vehicle. The thing that a lot of people do remark on, the fact that these big back doors are actually fuel tanks, that's not such a problem, because they are auxiliary fuel tanks and they're just there to increase road range. Ideally, by the time you get into combat, these are empty. But probably a bigger problem than that is the fact that the main fuel tank is here, between the 2 rows of seats in the back. Now, if the vehicle's hit and that is set on fire, the results for anybody sitting inside are going to be quite horrific. Because of its overall shape and its construction, the BMP range is actually quite difficult.
Man, Russians do like to put their soldiers on a bunch of fuel and ammo, huh?
Difficult to up armour, although some later models, mainly BMP 2s and 3s, have been retrofitted with ERA, and that's explosive reactive armour. Moving away from kit to tactics, the Russian army, and before that the Soviet army, the command system was always regarded as very inflexible and monolithic, and there's no concept of mission command below divisional or possibly regimental level. In fact, I remember being told by one of our instructors that nobody in the then Soviet army below the rank of major was allowed a map, because it wasn't thought necessary that soldiers needed to know where they were in order to fight, as long as they followed orders. And of course this also applied to different arms, different formations, so artillery, infantry, armour, logistics didn't exercise together, didn't get the opportunity to get that vital practice in. We'd begun to think that things had begun to change from the 1980s onwards, although perhaps there's a lesson here on how we think about the Russian army. The secret of success on the battlefield, ever since World War I, has been the use of combined arms: infantry, armour, artillery, engineers and logistics. In World War II, the Soviet army did this, but on a massive and often rigid and inflexible scale. This succeeded by sheer brute force, and it's been said that on the Eastern Front, the Wehrmacht was better tactically, able to react to circumstances and change tactics accordingly, but the Soviet army was better operationally. The positioning and use of
Yeah, there's
massive
some advancements
Russian
going
force.
on right now, but
What seems
we
to
don't
have
know the
changed
details.
since the 1980s is increased flexibility and better combined arms training. And it's really about bringing mission command down to a lower level, down to the battalion tactical group. The BTG is a combined arms grouping, round about 800 strong. Now, composition does vary, but typically it is a motor rifle battalion, that is infantry mounted in IFVs, with a tank company, artillery and anti-aircraft units, combat engineers and logistic support. Now, these can operate either singly or in combination, so that should give you the opportunity to mount a good, cohesive, all-arms operation. This is not happening. Why not? This has really got to do with the command structure, the training and morale of the Russian army. Combined arms operations are complex and fast moving, and they require superb command and control and superb training amongst the individual units. And that applies to everybody from the colonel commanding battalion down to a corporal who is a squad leader. If you're not able to do this, if the soldier himself is not well trained, and if his officers and NCOs don't know what they're doing, then the whole thing falls apart. At the most basic level, every grunt debussing out of the back of this IFV
I'm bussing.
Well trained, motivated, and he's got to have faith that his commanders actually know what they're doing.
Oh yeah?
Training, motivation, and leadership, good chain of command, are absolutely everything. Earlier in the war, we get quite a few Russian 1- and 2-star generals being killed in combat. Now, there can only really be one reason for that. The chain of command is broken down, and senior officers are having to go forward to get things moving again. Even the basics seem to have been forgotten. Infantry-tank cooperation. Marshal Chuikov, who was the defender of Stalingrad in World War II, said that whenever we could separate, German infantry and tanks both suffered. This lesson first learnt on the Eastern Front in World War II and reinforced in places like Grozny and in Afghanistan seems to have gone by the board. If somebody is out there stalking your armoured column with a javelin or NLAW, get your infantry out on the ground to sort them out. Of course, if your BTG is under strength and you're perhaps short of dismounts, as quite a few seem to be, that's going to be easier said than done. But there's no doubt about the fact that tanks are vulnerable without infantry and vice versa. The other vital ingredient for battlefield success is, of course, ISTAR: intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition and reconnaissance. Now, there seems to be a major failure in the Russian High Command to realise that the battlefield is a very different place these days. In the first few months of the war, there was a lot of coverage of Ukrainian forces achieving considerable success with new generation anti-tank weapons like NLAW and Javelin. And there's no doubt about the fact that they were practicing a very effective form of small unit asymmetrical warfare. But as the war has gone on, the major successes against Russian armor...
It was also so important to show that, by the way, like showing that we can use Western equipment very, very well, prompts the West to give us more and more and more stuff, because they see that we use it well, we see that we use it efficiently, and we know how to, you know...
have been from artillery. And the reason for this is ISTAR. The battlefield these days, there's no way you can screen an armoured column from drone and satellite intelligence gathering, and tanks are taken out by artillery. Tanks and other AFVs have always been difficult to hide. Noise, bulk, massive exhaust plumes and infrared signatures make them pretty obvious. Now, with drone reconnaissance all pervasive, the first two skins of the survivability onion, don't be seen and don't be targeted, are startlingly difficult to achieve. Ukrainian artillery has achieved massive success in terms of knocking out Russian assets and breaking up attacking forces. So, where do we go now? Down in the Donbass, the spring thaw, the Rasputitsa, is well underway, and mud will be clogging up the works. But as the new campaigning season opens, I think we have to assume the Russian High Command will be reflecting on performance so far, and they will be looking at their strategy, their tactics, and also their shambolic logistics.
It doesn't matter. They didn't change anything in the year. They're not going to ever change it. They didn't change. Bro, what am I talking about? Not even a year. They never changed their tactics. The guy said they're using World War I tactics. I mean, they had plenty of time.
Or recruiting will presumably make up most of the losses so far. And of course, there's one asset that hasn't really come into play much, and that is the Russian Air Force. On the Ukrainian side, things are going to depend on increasing supplies of lethal aid. And obviously the debate about tanks and fighter aircraft continues. If they do go onto the offensive, they're going to find that is considerably more difficult than their current defensive posture. When this all began, somebody with considerably more authority than me said there are two reasons for going to war. One, he's right on my side. Two, can I win? Now, from the Ukrainian perspective, I think we know the answer to the first. The second is still far too hard to call.
Ah, come on, man.
Do hope you've enjoyed this.
Easy win. Well, not easy, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna bring it home, dude. We're close. What the fuck is this, dude? We're close. We're so close. I think I liked a couple of new TikToks. Wanted to share with you guys, and then maybe we'll watch Aristotle, see what they're on about there. Okay, what do we have? What kind of memes do we have? What's gonna happen when Biden's no longer president? I mean, I think we're gonna win by then, you know?
I'm Optimus Prime.
Dude, she fucking went for it. Oh.
Shook the old dog.
If there was one, it'll come up.
It's him! Oh my god. Holy shit. Look at him. Look at him walk. So cute. Why you got upset?
Oh, hold on, my bad. My bad. I was wiping some shit off. Pause.
Exiting narrator. El narrador se ha cerrado inesperadamente. Si esto no se esperaba, visite el sitio web oficial de Microsoft.
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Sí.
He can't even play the sound anymore, dude.
What the fuck?
Oh man. Look at all the zooms. What the fuck is on the
Narrator.
screen, dude? What the fuck did he click, bro? What? Oh man, how did
I was
you?
wiping some shit off. Pause.
Get this nice break and a little love tap on the 10 pin. Chris Vi just feeding it out to that 4-5 board down lane. And look at this pin action. Oh. Get this nice break and a little love tap on the 10 pin. Chris Vi just feeding it out to that
Man,
4-5
this guy
board
really
down
likes
lane.
bowling,
And
huh?
look at this pin action. Oh.
He's really excited.
What is it?
That, me boy, is a grease trap.
Kind of looks like nobody's cleaned out the trap in a while.
You know, SpongeBob, you're right. But that's a big job. A job that only 2 volunteer employees could do for no extra pay.
Squidward disappearing is fucking funny as shit. Also, he's an octopus. He actually can do that. Oh man. Oh, look at these little potatoes. Oh, so cute.
Another? Why is it upside down, man?
How can a fucking sausage be upside down, you stupid little cunt?
Another? Why is it upside down, man?
How can a
That's English, by the way.
fucking sausage be upside down, you stupid little cunt?
Another? Why is it upside down, man?
How can a fucking sausage be upside down, you stupid little cunt?
Get away from that door!
I woke up in a new
Get away from that door!
Damn, that's crazy. Have you been in situations like this? I've been. The moment when you don't understand if it's real life or a video game. Motherfucker runs like an NPC, dude. Good form. Is it because of the, like, why does it actually look like a video game? Camera stabilization, it just, yeah. Aragorn thanking Frodo and Sam for destroying the ring.
I'm a fucking bad bitch at this game, son. Oh god damn, the screen went black. I'm a fucking bad bitch.
Daddy gets.
Okay, we saw this. Okay, that was the TikToks that I liked. Hey, it's not bad. It's actually not bad, you know. I think I have good sense of humor. I don't know. You agree? Whew. Okay. All right, let's take a look. What do these boomers talk about? Do they see this? Maybe. I don't know. Ooh, no. Ukrainian Bradley IFV is not only painted but covered in camouflage netting too, looking good. Being used for training and exercises, I feel like, right? Why you keep posting such information? Might as well. Oh my god, go fuck yourself, degenerate. Yeah, oh no, someone's posting grand military press photos on Twitter. The humanity. True. Yeah, these look good. I did like the Desert Storm paint, but obviously it doesn't fit, but beautiful. Can't wait to see videos of them mincing fucking orcs into fucking pulp. No Russians know what Bradleys look like, yeah. You just gave them. Okay, confirmed. From the news on the counteroffensive, we are now clearing the front line on the left bank of the Dnieper River. Humenyuk, a representative of OK Military District South, reports, or what is it? Anyway, reports this and calls to keep everything quiet. Humenyuk, that's her last name.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
Human nuke. Operational command, yes. Something like that.
Nuking is now legal.
Nuking is now legal. We're working on the counter battery bases. 13 to 22 units of the racking equipment are already in the trash. What does that even mean? Oh. We're dude, this fucking robot translation is fucking piece of shit. Currently we're doing counter battery firing. 13 to 22 pieces of Russian equipment is already in the garbage bin. Oh my god, yeah, we saw that. You're right. I completely forgot about that. The Western IFVs have ammunition that explodes over the trench and riddles it with fucking bullets. That's fucking insane, right? Holy shit. No longer need to go into the fucking trench. That's her, by the way, human nuke. So she confirmed it. She confirms basically this. This is confirmed. I actually thought that this is going to be like among the last things, right? Like crossing the river and creating presence on the left bank. Very surprising. Okay. Mark says, hello everyone. You're in top Senma chat. Make sure to support the chat, he says. You can use the QR code in the corner to use your credit card to support, or you can also follow my Patreon. Click the link for Patreon. Patreon.com/Topson. I post their stuff. Mark knows about it. He's one of my subscribers. Be like Mark. Subscribe to my Patreon. Support me, please. Extra content too, right? Not just for anything. Or you can use PayPal, credit card, whatever.
немного интригующе. Написало американское издание о том, что
Okay.
В день 9 мая
To the news, so he says that, okay, the first question they're going to discuss is that Americans, that what I read about us attacking Moscow.
украинскую сторону, ну, все-таки как-то на Красную площадь никаких дронов не посылать.
Oh, never mind. He says, don't put any drones on the Red Square on the 9th of May. That's what America asked us to do.
Ну, видимо, это был, в свою очередь, просьба со стороны Москвы. И, мол, это может привести к применению тактического ядерного оружия. Явно прочитывается, что это Москва так сказала. Явно. Причем уже отреагировали, ну, например, Михаил Подоляк, известный тебе, он сказал, что, ну, мы же не сумасшедшие какие-то, так сказать, мы же не кого-то там накрываем просто так от нечего.
I think Mark conflates two news over here, actually. Because he is now quoting Mikhailo Podolyak that said about us attacking on the anniversary of the special military operations having plans to attack Moscow, and not about landing drones on the 9th of May. I think Mark is a little bit confused. It's okay, he's a little old. That's fine. Maybe Arestovich is going to correct him?
Нам нужны ракеты дальнего радиуса здесь. Ну, я утрирую, конечно. Но смысл именно в этом, что эту новость комментируют. Причем, смотри, предшествовал этой новости разговор и о назначении награды в 500 тысяч, кто создаст беспилотник, долетевший на 9 мая до Красной площади. В Украине, я имею в виду, такие звучали призывы и такие заявления. Звучало и то, что вот пресса западная писала, что Москва обратилась за гарантиями именно в Вашингтон. Что типа не надо, пожалуйста, потому что у нас тут то, еще 5-20. Причем я считаю, что отмена вот этих парадов и бессмертных полков, она ведь была на фоне, ну, понятно, для приграничных территорий, поскольку есть опасность совсем близкого удара. А для Красной площади почему так это все принципиально? Ну, там пролета авиации не будет, ну и так далее, что понятно. Потому что Путину надо выступать на Красной площади. А как он не придет, не выступит там через экран? Ну, скажем, ну совсем уже бункерный. И сегодня это совпало, кстати, с рядом заявлений Пескова о том, что никакой не бункерный, нет никаких двойников, а мы этому вчера еще, кстати, с Латыниной посвятили подробно.
Mark says that there's a lot of things coming together. Russia canceling a lot of military parades on the 9th of May, but they don't want to cancel one in Moscow on the Red Square. There's going to be no aviation this time on the Red Square, probably because actually Russia doesn't have that much planes and we destroy them all. Probably not, but maybe no pilots left alive. And also, if there's going to be drones on the 9th of May on the Red Square, Putin's going to be too afraid to fucking go outside. So people are going to really disrespect him for being a fucking pussy. And Peskov was talking about that today, saying that no, he's not a pussy. He's not hiding in bunkers. Totally is not doing that. Ooh, is he now? Okay.
Разобрали статью Бильд и так далее. Но, в общем, Москва свое выкружила. Она, в общем, добилась
So,
высокой степени вероятности.
let's finish with this question. I'm gonna check out your
не
link.
собирается на 9 мая бомбить Красную площадь, там, стрижи, шмежи, там, ну, чтобы посылать что-нибудь, то он, конечно, выйдет и зачитает речугу какую-то по бумажке. Как ты на эту историю смотришь? Где этот
What's
предел,
your
до которого
opinion
можно
on this?
просить?
Where's the
И
red
предел
line
таких вещей? Этот
that
предел,
you
он
can
должен
ask Kyiv not to do stuff like that?
Скажет, ой, вы вот не бомбите Крым, не бомбите Донбасс.
Don't bomb Crimea, don't bomb Donbass, don't bomb Moscow.
Если и это нельзя, то что тогда?
This is fucked a little bit. Too many restrictions.
На Москву не полетят дроны.
Okay, the drones are not going to fly to Moscow. Are we going to get something in return for that? You're not just asking. Right?
Слышу про 9 мая.
Arestovich is like, I hear this for the first time about the 9th of May.
Про 9 мая, что его...
Да, я слышал, что на годовщину...
I've heard about the anniversary. There we go. The younger boomer comes in and saves the day, corrects Mark on his mistake.
Вторжение 24 февраля. Они просили нас не бить его.
He says, I've heard about the anniversary not hitting the Moscow.
Сейчас обсуждается именно про 9 мая, поверь мне.
Не знаю, ты первый раз слышу.
He says, right now they're talking about the 9th of May. Believe me, says Mark. And Arestovich says, no, the first time I hear about it. See? Don't believe him. He doesn't believe him. That's what real integrity looks like, okay.
А где ты это прочитай?
Where did you read that?
Я тебе зачитаю ответ Михаила Подоляка после всего этого. Советник главы офиса президента Украины Михаил Подоляк отрицает, что Украины были планы бить по Москве, ну тут речь идет о 24 февраля, а в газете написали 9
Нет, ничего про 9 мая помимо.
Mark says, okay, let me read you the statement from Mikhailo Podolyak. They were asking us not to hit on the 24th of February. He says, yeah, not on the 9th of May. What are you talking about?
У меня простой вопрос. Зачем...
Oh, then I read...
Ну и так далее. Нет, ну тут как бы...
Mark is in shambles right now. Destroyed. Live.
Именно в момент парада, то есть...
Никакого парада.
No, not about the parade, Mark. Come on, son.
А вот...
Fagin went to war. See? Experience. I mean, Arestovich also went to war.
Пожалуйста. Госсекретарь США Энтони Блинкен, извини, отказался комментировать публикацию о том, что Киев под нажимом Вашингтона не стал предпринимать попытку осуществить атаки на Москву в годовщину начала специальной войны. Ну да, речь, он комментирует начало специальной военной операции. Ну хорошо, считайте, что я ошибся.
He says, okay, Mark recognized his mistake.
9 мая не было ни слова.
То есть 9 мая...
No, Moscow didn't cancel May 9th. They canceled it everywhere. So in Russia, if you don't know, May 9th and unfortunately, up until recent moment, we also had this holiday I mean, listen, in reality, it's like, of course, all that shit is like, it's not real dates or whatever, but it's like the winning over Nazis. And obviously, Ukraine was a huge contributor to winning. So it's our holiday too. But now in Russia, they're like focusing so much of their rhetoric and so much of their like politics around this date that we just don't want to do anything with it. It's not even about the day of victory, but like the day of celebration of USSR. We hate that shit. We don't want that shit. So there's no 9th of May. Well, there is 9th of May in Ukraine, but it's like what is it? It's not a victory day. It's something else. Not concerned with, not connected with Russia at all. So Russia is not canceling that. They're just canceling the parades in some of the smaller cities, but they want to keep the main one. They want to keep the main one on the whatever.
Такое возможно.
In Moscow.
Не знаю, но мы не давали никаких обязательств не давали.
Ну ты же сам не полетишь, как Iron Man какой-нибудь.
So anyway, back to the topic. It says, so how is this possible? Okay, anniversary. So Aristovich says, well, I don't remember us agreeing to any of that stuff. He says, well, you're not going to go yourself like fucking Iron Man style.
Там сейчас соцсети гудят другим. Якобы украинские, от имени украинских спецслужб.
Bro, can you imagine like being in Iron Man suit going to war? I'd fucking do that in a heartbeat, bro. I'd fucking learn how to control that shit super fucking fast, okay? Go in Iron Man style, fucking mowing them down. I promise you, I would not have any fucking PTSD, okay?
Опубликовали видео с дрона, который летает прямо над Кремлем.
Aristovich did, man, I gave kudos to Aristovich correcting Mark, but now he mentioned that drone video that I mistakenly shown as well. Apparently it's fake.
Я еще не видел.
Ну, вот уже мне присылают.
А присылает видео уже этого...
Видео дрона, да, прямо между башен, так красиво летает.
Константин, поищи, пожалуйста, это видео.
Constantine, can you please find the video of a drone, please?
Я сейчас скину.
I'll send you.
В скайп скидывай, а Константин залудит его тогда. И мы по ходу разговора. Ну и о чем это все? Скажи мне, о чем это все?
Неизвестно, насколько оно истинное, но...
Oh, Aristovich says, I don't know how true this video is, though.
Мы сейчас покажем, посмотрим.
Mark says, who cares? Clicks. Trolling is nice. Trolling is nice. I agree with him.
Распорядитесь должным образом.
Ну да, сейчас мы это все сделаем. Ну а сама по себе вот...
Oh my god, he says, I'm gonna send it to you in WhatsApp. Fucking boomers. Why do boomers like use fucking WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, fucking Viber, bro? It's so cringe. It's so, like, so much of this shit I have to install because of this. Some boomers, like, just won't fucking use anything else. It's so annoying. Like, I have WhatsApp because some people on my job use it. And I'm like, ugh, you know? I have Viber because... some of the like support services for some apps use it. Then I use Telegram because it's the superior platform. Jesus, so bad.
Эта история с 9 мая и так далее. Ведь это же, ну, наверняка Москва пытается как-то решить этот вопрос про гарантии.
Не знаю. Пытается, не пытается.
So, do you think that Moscow is trying to solve something about the 9th of May stuff? No, I have no idea.
Может, ищет повод, наоборот.
Maybe they want the other. Maybe they want the opposite. Maybe they want us to attack them on the 9th of May so that we would, like, you know, gave them excuses to do some bullshit.
Нет фактов, которые позволяли бы.
Microsoft Teams? Isn't Microsoft Teams like pretty fucking based, especially with the new updates? And they added this thing called, what is it, Loop? Or they're also adding AI to their shit. Their fucking services look better and better every day. I actually don't like Slack. I don't know. I don't like it that much. I like Google Chats but nobody uses it. But I just don't like installing, like, why would I install like a fucking, Slack is pretty slow too. It's like a lot of shit fucking slammed into that bitch. I don't know.
Строить какие-то предположения. А вот факт видео дрон, летающего над Красной площадью, есть. Поэтому я бы не спешил говорить, что так уж мистер Путин обезопасен 9 мая.
The thing is, a lot of these apps that you use have already like comments in them. Like, think about this. Let's say you're using like Google Docs. You can just comment right there, right? You're using Jira. You use comments in Jira, right? On the tasks. And it's like every app now has chat. And that's not bad. That's not necessarily bad, right? But the point of Slack is kind of like disappearing, right? You just receive a notification that somebody mentioned you in this document. You go right into the document, right? Imagine telling somebody that they need to check something. Oh, can you please check? You're like typing so much shit.
Хорошо. Он может не выйти и сам не выступить.
Уже объявили,
Это что будет? А?
Уже объявил Песков, что выйдет.
Ну вот он объявил, что выйдет, а теперь дрон будет летать между башнями.
Ну,
I don't know, it kind of got muted. Anyway, he says, is Putin gonna be on the 9th of May parade? He says, Peskov said that he will be. He says, well, what if the drone's gonna be flying? Will he be there?
кто его знает, вдруг он заболеет.
Who knows? Maybe he's gonna get sick or something like that.
Двойника не жалко.
You know?
Не, ну можно, конечно, выпустить двойника, но ты же понимаешь, если двойника публично при всех убьют, а тут вдруг появляется снова Путин живой, здоровый.
Вот, да, и скажут, вот поэтому и нужны двойники. Видите, как классно мы сумели противостоять.
So, well, that's why you need the buddy doubles, Mark, see?
Коварному противнику.
Интересно, ладно, мы сейчас еще вернемся, это видео загрузится, Константин, мы вернемся. Вот смотри, тут выступил Лу Шае, такой посол во Франции, выступил на LCI. Это такой большой канал во Франции, вещающий про политические темы, но и заявил о том, что... прямая цитата следующая, что страны бывшего Советского Союза даже не имеют фактического статуса в международном праве, потому что нет международного соглашения, материализующего их суверенитет.
Mark is commenting on that Chinese ambassador that we saw in the French interview. Remember that said that post-USSR countries don't even have international rights or some shit.
Нет, ну уточняющий вопрос журналиста, о том, как он видит ситуацию в Крыме, китайский посол, ответил, это зависит от того, как мы воспринимаем эту проблему. Крым сначала принадлежал России, это Хрущев подарил Крым Украине во времена Советского Союза. Причем уже президент Макрон, Эммануэль Макрон, президент Франции, раскритиковал посла Китая в Париже Лу Шае после его слов.
Macron criticized
дипломаты
what he
не должны
said.
использовать такие формулировки, сказал Макрон.
Diplomats should not use
в Бельгию на прошлой неделе Лу Шае заявил французскому новостному каналу, что страны бывшего Союза и так далее.
words
Насколько
like
это серьезное
that.
заявление и что из него может следовать?
How big of a statement that is and what could be the consequences?
Во-первых, его китайский МИД уже опровергнул.
First of all, Ministry of International Affairs of China already debunked this guy, their own guy.
Это заявление. Во-вторых, оно уже показывает, что Лу Шае плохо учил историю дипломатии.
Also, it shows that Lu Shaya was learning history and diplomacy badly.
Дело в том, что одним из государств-основателей ООН было Украинская ССР.
One of the things that one of the one of the countries that established United Nations, were among the countries that established United Nations, was Ukrainian USSR.
Международно признанным правопреемником, который является современной Украиной. То есть Украина одно из государств не членов ООН, а основателей ООН.
So Ukraine is one of the countries not only members of the United Nations, but established.
А вот, например, Российская социалистическая федеративная Советская Республика не была членом основания.
And Russia was not.
Государством основания ООН. И как-то странным и непонятным образом присвоила себе место в Совете Безопасности вместо распавшегося СССР.
And somehow received a member of the United Nations after USSR.
Понятным причинам, и эти причины наша дипломатия оспаривает, в том числе ООН.
And these reasons our diplomacy is raising on the constant basis in the United Nations as well.
Это еще полбеды. Дело в том, что Китай, современная КНР, не было как РФ и РСФСР не было в числе стран-основателей ООН. Зато в числе стран-основателей ООН была Китайская республика, которая до сих пор...
And however, China was also one of the countries that was among the founders of the United Nations.
И называют ее Тайвань.
And that country still exists, and it's called Taiwan now.
Лол. Беларусь тоже была наряду с Украиной и СССР.
Так что по поводу сказанного послом Лу Шае могут возникнуть некоторые вопросы к самой Китайской Народной Республике.
So whatever Lu Shaya said is questionable.
Скажем.
Isn't it very fucking interesting when countries that scream the most about like history are the ones that shouldn't bring any attention to that, because actually history shows it's the problem with all the dictatorships, right? Because these fucking degenerates grow up in these countries that peddle them bullshit, that give them the alternative history, and then they go around and they say, look at the history, look at the history. Yeah, if you look at the history, you're in the wrong, motherfucker. History is not on your side, you fucking degen.
Вот, и, видимо, МИД это китайский очень быстро понял. И сказал, что не-не-не, подождите, насчет Крыма никогда никаких проблем не было. Все безусловно, республики, образовавшиеся после Советского Союза, мы признаю. Вот, одни из первых установили с ними дипломатические отношения, вы нас, видимо, не так поняли. Все хорошо.
Ясно. Посмотрим видео, оно уже готово. Давайте поглядим, как летает дрон над Кремлем. Если это действительно реальный дрон.
They're showing the video, but it's not real. Well, at least some chatter said it's not real, but nothing here moves. I don't know.
Вижу Спасскую башню.
Ну, как бы да. Вон Красная площадь, Мавзолей, исторический музей.
Так. Ну все, то есть ты думаешь, это украинский дрон?
Я не знаю, как минимум это хороший троллинг, если...
It says, so do you think it's a Ukrainian drone? It says, Mark, I don't know. At least it's a good troll, you know?
То в соцсетях отдельные безответственные лица пишут, что украинский. Трезубчик там, но проблема в том, маленький значок. Но мы не знаем, никто ответственность не брал. Зато российские злые языки утверждают, что сегодня под Москвой буквально вот святая святых упал еще дрон украинский.
However, recently near Moscow, there was a real drone with 12 kilos of TNT fell near Moscow. So.
Сначала сказали со взрывчаткой, потом без взрывчатки, потом и так, и это, но тем не менее, не знаю, ничего не запускаем. Это, наверное, украинская.
But I don't know, we don't launch anything. Lol.
Возмущает.
Хорошо, давай посмотрим на карту, что происходит на фронте, потому что ситуация...
Let's look at the front line.
Но ситуация под Бахмутом, она, в общем, весьма такая.
Скорее в Бахмуте, потому что под Бахмутом наши даже контрнаступальные действия ведут на севере и на юге, а вот в самом городе, да, тяжеловато. Ну, просто потому что сносят.
So in the south and in north, Ukraine is doing counterattacking actions, but in the city, the situation is difficult because Russians just completely wiped the city out.
Мы сейчас показываем Бахмут.
Согласно заявлению нашего генерального штаба, да, Бахмут, Марьинка и Авдеевка – это такие зоны наиболее тяжелого положения на фронте, где противник ведет активные штурмовые действия. На запорожском направлении мы поддавливаем.
Well, we went over very much in detail about today's...
Криминальный Лиман, они не смогли прорвать нашу оборону, согласно заявлению нашего же генерального штаба, и стоят на месте, не принимают.
Okay, this is not real, right? Grisha says, everyone goodbye. I hope this is real. Haha, dude, that would fucking funny. Oh man, I really, really hope this is real, because we all know what's the next post is gonna be real quick after this. If you don't know who Grisha is, he was a Hoi4 streamer on Twitch, partnered somehow, and we had a debate once, which, I don't know, you can watch it on my YouTube and see who won in your opinion. I said some things that I know now better, but anyway. Should have fucked his mom right there. Imagine her shocked face. So we went all over the map. So I don't think there's a point in...
Конкретики здесь не скажешь, потому что мы не будем карту города рассматривать и сообщать реальную обстановку противнику, который нас, безусловно, смотрит. Но все, кто в теме, знают, что, а нашим зрителям мы скажем, что в Бахмуте очень тяжелая обстановка по причине использования так называемой...
Is pure product of propaganda?
Здание за зданием. То же самое не пытаются делать в Угледаре.
Jesus, what a degenerate.
Тоже Авдеевка.
Stupid fucking kid. I think it would be fun if he would actually go to the war, because that's, you know, inevitable casualty. But I would rather, I'm gonna extend a branch of olive branch, and I would rather him stay, wait until we're gonna destroy all the Russians in Ukraine, and then see how Russia is gonna transform. And it's going to be like Germany after World War II, not in the sense of like economic growth and etc. They're fucked forever, but at least realization of the amount of crimes that they did. I want him to realize that and see that, and we'll have video footage of him being a fucking degenerate. It's gonna we're gonna persecute him to the rest of his fucking days.
Маленькая еще попытка продавить фронт. В Авдеевке это меньше получается, но вот северно-южное крыло охвата, да, они пытаются повторить бахмутскую историю. Но напоминаю, что под Бахмутом против вот этих нависающих снизу и сверху крыл наши войска ведут активные контрнаступательные действия. Так что не все там так однозначно.
Aristowich underlines that there's counterattacking actions near Bakhmut, basically like this. We're counterattacking over here, and here we are defending. Penis. Okay.
Хотя мнения есть разные. Испанская газета успела сообщить, что мы выводим войска оттуда активно очень, да, там осталось только 2 бригады, а тяжелая техника и все остальные подразделения вышли. А как бы президент сказал, что мы Бахмут не отдаем и не собираемся отдавать.
Да, и он сослался на то, что это открывается, снова сказав о том, что открывается дорога на Краматорск.
They will at some point, right?
Да.
Цели Москвы.
I mean, they were brainwashing German citizens too.
Выйти на границу Донецкой области. Ты действительно считаешь, что взятие Бахмута к этому может привести?
Нет.
Wait, what is this?
Mr. President, what better result could this debate have than a decision on the part of your country to put an end to its military aggression against Ukraine in accordance with the decision handed down by the International Court of Justice on the 16th of March 2022? What better legacy could there be of your presidency than if your government chose to return to the path of peace and to withdraw its occupying troops? None of the pretexts invoked to attack Ukraine in violation of the UN Charter has legal merit, not one of them. In this chamber, we've been told, for example, that the invasion of Ukraine is a response to a supposed phobia that exists of Russian culture. We've been told that this invasion is a response to a supposed Western conspiracy to weaken Russia. We've been told that Russia is acting in self-defense in response to anti-Russian policies imposed by Ukraine on certain inhabitants. None of these arguments have any grounding in the UN Charter. It goes without saying. We must remember that the Charter is one, indivisible and universal. Mr. President, there is not a United Nations Charter for the West, another for the East, another for the North, and another for the South. There is not a United Nations Charter for Muslims, another for Christians, and another for Jews. We also can't talk about a charter for Africa, another for Europe, or another for America, and so on. No, Mr. President, the Charter is, I repeat, one charter. It is indivisible and universal. How could we neglect to recognize Russia's vast contribution, including that made by its major cultural torchbearers, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, Pushkin, or Pasternak? But is there any way we could imagine for even a minute that those cultural envoys would be in agreement with the death and pain that this absurd war is inflicting upon millions of people? The concept note of this debate asks the question, how can the United Nations contribute to a smooth transition to a fair and equitable global order? I can assure you that war and violence will in no way lead us to a fairer and more equitable order. Quite on the contrary. Ladies and gentlemen, global military expenditure exceeded $2 trillion in 2022. That alone undermines the primary objectives of multilateralism and the goals of this organization: peace, security, sustainable development, and human rights.
Lavrov is like, okay, you're right.
Is the fact that we need to again recall that nuclear weapons have no place in a law-based international order. They defy the existence of humankind. Consequently, we cannot talk about effective multilateralism if we do not move towards effective arms control and disarmament. Even Article 26 of the UN Charter itself refers to the least diversion for armaments of the world's human and economic resources. Let us silence the guns and honor the promise of peace that we made in San Francisco. Let us honor our commitment to living side by side as good neighbors. What more fearsome enemy is there to multilateralism than treating the world as...
I thought that UN was also useless because it seems like not real things come out of it. It's just like people talking. But imagine it's like saying stuff publicly, right? It is powerful because you kind of have to do what you're saying, because you still have prestige as a country. And if you're constantly blabbing your fucking mouth and then completely doing the other thing like Russia does, nobody's going to respect you at all. Nobody's going to listen to you. Nobody's going to respond to you. You're going to be ostracized. You don't want that. It's like you don't want to have a public platform and just lie a bunch of shit. So UN is like, think of it as a public square where countries voice their positions that they kind of need to uphold. So it's very good for understanding their their positions on things.
As a risk board or any board game. That was the world view of the colonial powers of the 19th century, the world view of the fascist and Nazi regimes of the 20th century, regimes that invaded and annexed other nations, subjugating them by force, and at times using shameful referenda to...
The first and the last time a Russian soldier held a Tolstoy book when he was wiping. Haha, true!
Lend a veneer of legality to their actions. This practice is
After
not
he
only
shat
now
in a fucking
incompatible with
hole.
the United Nations Charter, it is also
Okay, that's a little bit long.
ethically unacceptable.
Where's the Lavrov face?
Ecuador cannot remain silent in the face of this situation. As such, we are resolute in supporting Security Council reform and the establishment of a new agenda for peace. But let us make no mistake,
Reform?
any
What is he
institutional
talking?
framework, however modern it may be, any planning tool, however strategic and updated it is,
Listen, no offense to UN peacekeepers, but how good are they? Because I feel like they're just gonna get minced in this.
will be nothing more than
Lavrov left the chamber during his speech.
an empty shell if
really?
they do not go hand in hand with a behavior change on the part of
What a
states.
weak fucking
In this
bitch
regard, the
pussy.
permanent members of the security
What is that? I love this one. This one is much better.
You know, the war which we are trying to stop and which was launched against us using Ukrainian people, of course...
One of the best fucking clips. India-based.
Which was launched against us using Ukrainian people.
Look at his fucking piece of shit, horse cum guzzling, fucking dumbass, fucking degenerate face. Oh, go fuck yourself, Dijon.
Цели и привести же тоже очень разные вещи. Цели у них были и напад на границу 97 года. Но что? Не очень вышло.
Так. На других участках Угледаря,
Right.
Херсон, вот это преждевременное заявление о высадке десанта на левый берег, с правого берега, ну, в районе Херсона.
It says, what about the statements on the
Его опровергли,
Ukrainian
тем не
troops?
менее.
Ukrainian troops landing on the on the left bank. Mark says that it was disproven, but it wasn't disproven and actually was confirmed now. So Mark is giving up his positions a little bit here.
Можно ли считать, что какие-то движения такого рода могли иметь место?
Так, а если представители ЗСУ опровергли, то что же я могу сказать? Только то, что сказали представители ЗСУ, правильно?
Ну, а насколько такой маршрут вообще реален? Вот взять и начать
Ну,
контрнаступление
злые
с высоты.
языки регулярно говорят, что там балуются наши силы специальных операций. Но это же злые языки. С той стороны, насколько верить, неизвестно.
Ну окей, 200 тысяч нас смотрят.
Надо понимать, в
Да,
любом случае
да.
надо понимать, что форсирование реки...
I don't want Lavrov as an emote. Fuck that, DJ.
Начинать там наступление, ну, мало ли, а вдруг? А может и нет, посмотрим.
Ясно, 200 тысяч нас смотрят, 62 тысячи поставили лайки, не забывайте.
Mark reminds everyone to
присоединяйтесь
support my
обычными
stream.
толчками.
That's true. You can also join Discord.
Ссылки на этот эфир.
We did a cool experiment where some people just posted my clips on TikTok and they had hundreds of thousands of views. So if you have free time and you want to support the stream but you don't have money, you can join Discord, go to the clips channel, find some clips that you want, or you can find some top clips in my library here and just, you know, edit them a little bit, post them on TikTok. It's going to be awesome, you know? You have my full permission. Post it anywhere you want.
Песков сегодня заявил, что заявление про двойников Путина – это вранье. Президент был и есть активный, я уж не знаю...
Peskov said that there's no Putin doubles and the president is active, is not hiding in the bunker, says Mark.
Хорошо, ладно, не сидел. Причем он даже в нашу сторону прокинул, но без упоминания Песков сказал, что, отвечая на вопрос, видимо, о блокировке Ютуба, он сказал, что это вот, мол, неразумно сносить платформу, хотя против нас, значит, каналы, которые ядовитой ложью, значит, поливают все вокруг, не называл.
Oh my god, okay, this is... I don't feel like they're going to say anything that we haven't covered today, honestly. So we just I feel like we just covered all the news. It's just reiteration of the same stuff, even with less accuracy. So I feel like is not that great today. We'll definitely come back when there's a lot of stuff gonna be happening. So that's gonna be very interesting to hear. No, Arestovich knows a lot of stuff, but he doesn't talk I'm sure. Can you imagine how much influence he has online? How many people send him videos of stuff that he doesn't show because he knows that he shouldn't? People that hate on Arestovich are actually just morons that read too much fucking internet bullshit about him, where unironically he was clipped out of context several times, and then everyone's been waiting and foaming at the mouth, waiting for Arestovich to do a small misstep, and as soon as he did it, everyone was like, yeah, get him out of here. The motherfucker was literally like in the beginning of the war, I remember watching him, and he actually had a calming effect on a lot of people. He was giving interviews to the Western publications. He was constantly saying that more and more weapons should be delivered to Ukraine, and he was fucking fighting for us in 2014. People who hate him are just fucking morons. God. Yeah, Arestovich was in the reconnaissance. I don't give a fuck. There may be photos of Arestovich fucking Putin in the ass. I don't really give a shit. He took a fucking weapon and was defending our country, okay? We know about RT posting that. Like I said, we went through all of that shit already. The amount of support Arestovich drummed up for Ukraine, I feel like people underestimate. Motherfucker has streams that, just think about this, 500,000 people watch live. Other Ukrainians don't like Arestovich because other Ukrainians just, it's like the more you like the person, then it's like a bell curve. Arestovich got hugely popular, and then people started like clipping him out, started creating false narratives about him. He's a top-notch dude, okay? No, that's not true. Oh my God, shut the fuck up. You're triggering the fuck out of me. You have no idea. You're underestimating the impact that this guy had in the informational space. Okay? Please. You're obviously out of your depth here. The funniest thing is when you actually find a Ukrainian IRL that doesn't like Arestovich, and then you ask him why you don't like him, and he can't answer it. Not a single person I've asked was able to provide an argument. Oh, he's a narcissist. Okay, is that really all you hate about him? What about him, again, you know, drumming up support for Ukraine, for weapon deliveries, for fighting in 2014? Yeah, he doesn't stream daily anymore, right? It was not a lot of stuff is happening at the moment, but I'm pretty sure. I feel like it's coming. Very soon. Already, like first echoes of the counterattack is kind of here, right? All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for today. Thanks for tuning in. We went through all the news. No gaming today because I don't have games to play. But I found this interesting horror game that I might play on stream. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But anyway, join my Discord. Okay, join my Discord and support my stream monetarily because you know, I'm a capitalist. I love that money. So keep it coming, okay? I do it for the money and only for that. Well, maybe for you a little bit. Tune in tomorrow to the stream. I stream every day. Join Discord. Leave.